All right, you guys want to start?
Let's go.
Let's do this. 3, 2. The following program is brought to you by Verdoliak Law Group, fighting insurance companies since 1963. And by TickSplits.com, the official ticket provider for BeersBarroom.com.
Some may find the following disturbing. Discretion is advised.
Bears Barroom, 100 proof. This show here is dedicated to authenticity and to passion and to the loyal Chicago Bears fans out there. There's no talk about what Joe Madden's doing today or the closer. This is about the Chicago Bears, and it's dedicated to everybody out there that watched in 97 and 98 and saw 4 and 12, and it fucking hurt both years. Or the people that went through that egregiously ineptitude that we had with 3 and 13 2 years ago with John Fox, and you still watched and you still fucking cared. This podcast is for you. 100 proof. Statistical analysis is pondered here. It's respected here. But there's more to it than that. If you want substance, you want things extrapolated and broken down for you, the tape doesn't lie. This is the place for you. It's 100 proof. However, if you're one of these motherfuckers starting these straw man arguments, these keyboard tough guys on Twitter, crutching on your Pro Football Focus, then maybe you should go to one of your micro podcasts. If you're one of these guys that are blatantly uninformed and just repeating what the national media says, whatever the narrative of the day is, hot takes and so forth, even if it is a holiday, even if it is your holiday, and you don't want to be called out and criticized, then this podcast isn't for you either. If you like frauds and phony insiders talking to all their general manager contacts with their crooked fucking eyes, then maybe go to one of those said other micro podcasts. If you want the truth and you want 100% talk about the Chicago Bears, then welcome. This is 100 proof. You will not be disappointed. This is the best goddamn podcast out there. They're about to bring it for you. It's Aldo Gandia. It's Shane, the smartest man. It's Draft Dr. Phil. It's 100 proof.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, nah, nah. A Bears Barroom, they're the ones that fight for truth. Bears are alive or 100 proof, even if the Bears win or lose. A Bears Barroom, they're the ones that fight for truth. Bears are alive or 100 proof, no matter if the Bears win or lose. Yo, first, the smartest man, no tweets, he's ever missing. Impossible, the mission, call out frauds with precision. A Bears 100 proof, these faces #1 is Dora. Slaying dumb tweets, cross-eyed like Control. Never one to back down to call a fraud a lemon. Wazram, no doubt, Miller's asterisk ending. Cheers, Bears fans. The fire Puerto Rican barkeeping for Chicagoland. He's the godfather, the one, the real producer. Always keeping the show together with the voice that will seduce us. Biscuit out the Firefox, the old timer never stops. IPA, drafts, malts, crafts, barkeep takes the shots. No deny. Barflies appreciated worldwide. Canada, Scotland, England, Brazil, Mexico, and Dubai. Dr. Phil is the guy, the one to realize that the barroom needed a show with an endless shoot supply. Go big coat for the narrative on color. Brought the Jasons of get paid for Mitchell. Now I'm the shot enough for the truth. You know your boy's the little guy. These media heads won't give us credits up to the barflies. Flies. Fuck a fraud in his keyboard, Twitter tough guys surround us. Raining truth on the Bears worldwide, barflies astound us. This is the #1 pod, that's the reality of the truth. And if you don't know us by now, Bears 100 proof. A Bears Barroom, they're the ones that fight.
What is the best way to kind of illustrate or to say just how good this defense is relative to just defense in general in the NFL?
Well, we're playing good. I mean, you know, even I can't deny that. You know, we're playing good. You know, we're playing solid. I thought we played really good against the Giants, but we had 4 plays, maybe 5 at the most, that just killed us in that game. So, you know, if we can avoid those plays, you'll keep throwing bouquets our way. But I'm happy with our guys. I like our guys. I like the way they're playing. They do have a chance to be really good, you know, looked upon as very good, both as statistics would indicate, but more importantly, as your eyes would indicate.
When you look at this
Cheers, Bears fans! This is Bears 100 Proof. You just heard Vic Fangio talking about his top-notch defense. My name is Aldo Gandia. I serve the drinks in this raucous, rowdy roadhouse barroom. But don't you worry, the stars of our show are here. And they are, of course, Shane, the smartest man in the barroom, Marsaw, and Draft Dr. Phil Atoshin. We've got our regular features, tweets of the week, and Bear Up, Bear Down coming up. And we're going to talk a lot of football. We'll also probably make fun of a few people along the way. That's what we do here at Bears 100 Proof. I want to bring in the guys now. I want to begin with Shane because I haven't heard from him in a long time. Shane, have you done celebrating this NFC North title?
Not yet. No way. It's been a long time coming for us, guys. We gotta relish this and take advantage of it whenever we can. What did Jeff Joniak say? 7 years, 27 days, and whatever the hell it was, 8 months and 27 days. Yeah, it's just, it couldn't have come, against a better team, everything on the line, and you just, the old buttholes puckered up at barroom when that score was tied up 14-14, and everybody kind of expected, oh, here we go. Here comes Chicago. This is what we've been waiting for. But I don't think that they've exercised all of the demons yet, but that was a big one to knock down on Sunday for sure.
Yeah, when they tied up that game, there was 2% of me that felt like, oh, fuck, this could not. But for the most part, I was confident that they were going to pull through. I just didn't. This is a different team. The aura around this team is totally different. Phil, have you recovered from your celebration, your trip here in Chicago?
No, not at all. I just can't get over. I mean, seriously, I'm going to pat you two gentlemen on the back. From where we were last year and then going into the summer and really listening back, Shane and myself and you, Aldo, talking about, no, this team's a young coach with a passion for the game, with proper use of this personnel and Mitch. You could win. Because Mitch has the athleticism, because Mitch has the drive and the character to be something. And you already have this defense that when you kept nagging and we kept talking about it, we kept having fun and poking fun because so many of these motherfuckers have flip-flopped like they were on their shit. But just like the tape doesn't lie, the audio tapes back then don't lie because Aldo lets them get fucking dusty as fuck. So you could go back and listen and you could hear us talking about, no, this team, I know there's a quote from Shane and there's a quote from Aldo and there's a quote from me that was like, this team is going to be in it. And I know I'll speak for myself. I said, this team could be the best team in the NFC North. It just matters how Nagy uses this offense. And look where they are. And I witnessed it, Aldo. I mean, to Shane's point, real quick, I said, I heard that thing rumbling in my heart. And he tied it up, and I'm like, God damn it. Here we go. And I stopped myself. I said, no, the fuck, no. No, we're not going to go. And I got off my feet like I was fucking, I don't even know, like a fucking Marvel superhero, and turned around and I'm waving this bear down towel. I'm like, let's go. Now's the time.
He's Ant-Man, by the way, although.
Yeah, I am Ant-Man then. I don't know. I was like fucking cheer man because I was getting crazy up in there. Steph kept tapping me, saying, you're going to lose your voice. Don't. I go, I don't care. This fucking group of Packer fans were like 6 rows behind me. One of them I got fucking thrown out because I caught him throwing the beer can. I'm still pissed off at that motherfucker because I thought it was the fucking most classless piece of shit move. Like if that was a Bears fan, I would have felt the same way. It was just typical fucking Packer, you classless fucking franchise fucks. How many fucking owners do you fucking have that can't control your fans? You can't fucking control your arrogant, gay-ass quarterback. And that is my rant. I can't get over. We're the NFC North champion Chicago Bears 2018. We've commiserated on this show, on the Hello Show. Lauren fucking Cox went to Blue chew his ass up and nitpick on every fucking thing. They're gone, right? And here we are, Aldo, NFC North champion Chicago Bears. The three of us still standing, believing in this team. It's amazing.
Brett Maley, who's a great friend of Bears Barroom, Bears 100 Proof. He is a art expert for History Channel's syndicated show, award-winning Pawn Stars show. He wrote an article for BearsBarroom.com, and he recalled one of our shows about 2-3 years ago where we were like down in the dumps saying, yeah, with John Fox, it's going to be 2021 before we get a winning team and so forth. And then lo and behold, they fire John Fox. Ryan Pace all of a sudden just reconstructs the whole team, just does it all up, and here we are, first year under head coach Matt Nagy, and we're in the fucking playoffs, and we have a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and that's not hyperbole. This is a team that legitimately has a chance to go to the Super Bowl. What a fucking fast turnaround, huh?
This is the best team in the NFC. Tell me they're not. Show me a team. I mean, that defense, they could have collapsed. They could have caved. The refs didn't fucking help the situation at home. There's no home field advantage with the refs here. In fucking Green Bay, they got it. But we weren't getting anything. Really, they dug deep. Club dub lights came on. That's the reality of the truth right there. But this team, there's none better. I said it on Bears Hour Live. I'll say it last week. They can go anywhere, Shane, and beat any fucking team because defense is travel. Defense is travel. Go ahead.
I believe that too, and we alluded to it the last couple of shows where you can just see it with the players and you can start to feel it with the fans. I think we're a direct reflection of the team. When we watch these games the last couple of years, you could, when you had New England coming to town or they were going to Philly, you knew they were going to get fucking boat raced. So you as a fan had zero confidence, just like what you said, Aldo. It was only 2%. I mean, it creeped into your head a little bit, but then you fucking kick it right back out the fucking door because you believe in this team. And it's a testament to Ryan Pace. I think all of this, I think if you go back to one of the old shows on draft day when they made that move for Mitch, to me, that's when the boat started turning away from the iceberg and we started heading to the fucking beach. You know what I mean? We weren't a fucking sinking ship anymore. Mm-hmm. And it was that one little move. Is he the best quarterback? We don't know that yet, but that's not the fucking point. He made the move who he believed was the right guy. And, that's been a big topic of conversation here lately. Ryan Pace getting fleeced by John Lynch. Well, you think old fucking Johnny boy out in San Fran would like to switch spots right now, Ryan Pace?
Think he wants the division?
Yeah. And what were we talking about last year at this time? Akeem Hicks didn't make the Pro Bowl. We probably had a whole fucking 4.5-hour show on it. And here we are. We have 2 games left. We have 2 games left in the regular season, and we know we're getting a home playoff game. And it's amazing.
Man. It's amazing.
Yesterday on Buffon 55, Oscar Aparicio is the host and producer of a podcast called Better Rival. He last year, when we had him on Bears on Tap to preview the 49ers game, he made a comment about how Lynch committed highway robbery of Ryan Pace. And so I brought it up as the moderator. I brought it up to Oscar in yesterday's show, and he still maintained that it's highway robbery. He says you didn't have to trade up just one slot to get your quarterback. He probably would have been there at 3. I told him probably not. He probably had information that Trubisky was going to be gone at 2, so that's why he moved up. And he says, well, you still had your choice of Deshaun Watson. You still had your choice of Patrick Mahomes. You didn't have to trade away all of that draft capital. All of that draft capital, a 3rd rounder and a 5th rounder for the quarterback that you've targeted. Well,
right.
And he's been playing poorly. He's got a PFF score of, oh gosh, here we go with the PFF score and stuff.
The DFF, the dumb focus of fuck.
Tell him to run the PFF score on Jimmy Garoppolo's fucking ACL.
I love the stat stuff. I hadn't heard it, but I did get 2 DMs from Barflies today.
Yeah, I was tagged
in it. Have you heard
yet.
the Buffon show? I go, no, I have not had time cutting all this fucking tape. I'm at work. And, you're going to get fired up. When
It was Ryan Cox included me in that DM. Yeah, he's like, total stat boy.
Total stat boy. I go, oh, gosh.
And nothing against, what's his name, Oscar?
Oscar.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing against Oscar, but he's probably watched, 7 minutes of Chicago Bears football this year. Instead, he's listening to Chris Carter and to Stephen A. Smith and Matthew Balsley, assholes like that.
Balsley? He has a podcast now?
Let's listen to what it is Chris Carter said.
He was awful in the Rams game. Like, to your point.
This is not Chris Carter who was talking. It's this ball-headed guy.
Nick Wright.
God, he is a weird-looking motherfucker.
Yeah, he's not going to be on the cover of GQ or anything like that. But Nick, I think, is making a solid point to a degree, and then Chris Carter comes in and just listen for yourself.
He was awful in the Rams game. Like, to your point, he was terrible. Like, Goff had 4 picks. Trubisky had 3 himself. So he will put out there some terrible games. But he also, again, he's played 14 games this year. 5 of them, he's been outstanding. And so there are some teams in the league right now, the Chiefs are one of them, that if their quarterback plays poorly, they are drawing dead. They have no chance to win the football game. The Bears, to me, are almost the opposite. If their quarterback plays well, they are the best team in the league. If Mitch Trubisky plays a B+ game or better,
make sure we get a soundbite of that, because I think that's going to be that's not going to be lost.
Hold on, do you disagree with that? See that if Mitch Trubisky
I'm not going to agree with that.
Okay, all right.
Mitch Trubisky plays.
If Mitch Trubisky plays well, because they have without question the best defense in football. They have a good running game with Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen. The only question mark about them is their quarterback.
Listen. This is not a Baltimore Ravens. This is not the monsters of the Midway. Okay, just slow down. Just slow down. When you have a defense that's good, all right, and this is a good defense. This is not a great defense. You can have a bad day. All right, so in your Mitch Trubisky, you said, Mitch is good, Mitch is average, and that's the three games he's going to have to play in the playoffs.
Right.
In that average game, he could lose that game. So two of the 3 scenarios, he could lose for what you created.
Of course, and he also, as was shown last week against the Rams, can be awful against a great team, and the defense.
Well, the Rams are not a great team.
Well, then there's no great team. That's where we're at.
Unbelievable.
2 weeks ago, Chris Carter was probably jerking off Sean McVay.
Exactly.
Team's great.
Exactly. The flip-flop. Chris Carter is...
Big hands.
It's funny. Some micropod told me if you have a fucking yellow jacket that you know fucking football better than everyone, it automatically gives you that.
Well, Phil, you gotta look at it this way. I mean, who knows better than to shit down their legs in the playoffs than Chris Carter.
Exactly.
And the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh my, what is Chris Carter talking about there? Like, what are you talking about?
They're not
I'm
good,
so
Phil.
confused. They're
not
good?
great. They're not great. They're good. They're not great. They're good.
Hilarious. That guy that told you that about the gold jackets and stuff, he told me that you're not allowed to criticize Donald Trump. He's a billionaire with a hot wife.
Oh,
what are you?
Whoops.
My bad. That's like 11% of white America.
I guess you better not. I guess you better not complain about draft picks then, right?
Really? Hey, Shane, I was interested in your reaction to Aaron Rodgers and how he played and that whole situation with, all of a sudden in the middle of the game, my vagina hurts. My vagina. My God. What was your take on that whole thing?
Yeah, he pulled the labia, that poor fucker. I sat here, I got a little, I shared this with Phil about 10 minutes before kickoff. My doorbell went off and I went and answered my door and tried to figure out who the fuck was showing up at my house on Sunday right before the game was kicking off, because everybody knows my routine, and it was my dad surprised me and showed up because he felt pretty confident that Chicago was going to win, so he showed up to watch the game with me, and we were talking, and my dad's not a huge football fan, but he knows enough about it, and we're just sitting there talking, and he goes, I can't stand to even look at that kid out there for Green Bay, Rodgers. He's like, he's got to be the most smug son of a bitch that there is playing football. And I said, yeah, we're just sitting here. I mean, if you go back and watch, you don't even have to watch the coach's tape. I got the broadcast on right now. After every fucking single completion, he's making a gesture to the fucking wideout or to the tight end or to the offensive lineman of where they got to go and where they should be. And that's why the pass is incomplete. Mm-hmm. Because you didn't do your job. Mm-hmm. I did what I was supposed to do.
Right.
He said it after the game, too.
Yeah.
He said it after the game. And you know what? After he had his press conference, Aaron and I have a special relationship. I cornered him in the locker room, and I asked him a few questions. Aaron, Aldo Gandia, Bears Barroom, nice to talk to you again. Thanks for taking a little time to talk to me after that tough defeat. I can tell that you're a little bit emotional. I got a couple of questions for you. This Bears defense, did they throw anything at you that surprised you in terms of schemes that Vic Fangio came up with? No. So no new wrinkles. So what attributed your poor play and the fact that you look like a remnant of who you used to be as a quarterback? Is it the Chicago Bears or the fact that you just suck?
There's a lot of crying going on.
Aaron,
a lot of
get
tears.
your fucking shit
Is he
together.
from Canada?
You look like a pussy right now. You got a lot of people in Wisconsin who really need you. I mean, without you, what do they have? They got ice skating and milking cows.
Milking cows. Sounds just like it.
Well, it is him. What are you talking about? He couldn't get it together, so I pulled the interview. You bitch.
Adam Rank called him a douchebag on
Really?
BHL.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
you did.
I got to pull that.
No,
God
I thought
damn
you were
it.
going to pull that.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
need that drop.
what the? While you go pull that,
Yeah, really.
someone spelled this word for me.
But
Douche.
we saw that classic image of Khalil Mack going low and then Floyd coming up top and putting his arm over top. And I said that image alone encapsulated the whole fucking game for me, because what we're talking about here is having the confidence in this team, and the doubt starts to creep in, and then we fucking sweep it right back out the door. That right there, you know where the doubt goes now? The doubt's in number 12's head.
Right.
Because there's a new kid on the fucking block, and the new kid on the block isn't going to be fucking pushing around anymore.
You know what's great about this team, Shane? There's playmakers on
Everywhere.
defense on every level.
Yeah.
This rookie, Roquan Smith, I'm watching from God's All 22, Aldo, and I'm just, okay, because I'm in a section of guys that, they're drinking and partying. I'm totally focused on it. We got to win this. I'm having conversations with God and every angel that you could think of saying, this is the one. I can't be here and watch these motherfuckers lose to this shithole with these arrogant fucking I can't even give you a reenactment of how they were walking around Soldier Field. Just think of like the richest fucker that you fucking know, who's got everything and has never fucking missed a meal in his life. That's what the Packer fans walked around Soldier Field like. And then I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm coaching, and, you know, Aldo's watched with me, so I'm like, oh, my God. All right, here they go. They're double tights. They're trying. I knew exactly what they were going to. Fucking Roquan Smith, speed and instinct, just flying to the football, just shutting, making it, forcing it back. Everybody's hustling. I didn't even put him up on Tape Never Lies because it would have been the longest tape I would have done. I've already got 13 minutes of Trubisky. I put in Mac. Fucking, how about Sherrick McManus? Holy shit, McManus. 2 saving touchdown plays. I only put 1 up, but
Phil, Roquan is in on
goddamn
near every single play. And I'm not trying to take away from our Hall of Famer, you know, number 54 that went in. The way that he could cover ground with his size, I'm not sure I've ever seen it.
Dude,
like
live
with Roquan.
Shane,
I can just
live,
imagine what it's like live.
I can't even make it up. Khalil Mack is beyond. Like, this is Aldo.
Respect the elderly, motherfucker.
Khalil Mack is like, oh my God. He's a coach's dream. Because he goes 110 every single down. And then you have this, I mean, he looks small to me, Roquan, compared to the team.
Yeah.
This little motherfucker just flies to the football.
Yeah, well, that's
and he finishes. And he finishes.
Yeah,
and he finishes.
What I was saying about with Urlacher was so big.
Yeah, he was huge.
You didn't even really notice that he was covering that much territory because he was so big. But you're right, Roquan, you see him out there, and I think Nagy himself, what did he call him? A laser or something like that? And he said he just shows up and, you know, blows shit up, and
he's not blowing it up, he's directing it back. He's so good. And
you saw that when they let him come free when he blitzed. Mac got the sack.
I put that up.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
Mac comes on the outside. Adam Rank was talking about that play. They did a blitz. He delays, but he's so fast.
Yeah.
But Bakhtiari's on the island. Where do I go? Which one do I block? Which one do I block? Let me complain about someone putting their hand on my mask, even though I held like fucking every down. I'm gonna complain. They're a bunch of fucking arrogant fucks in Green Bay, and no team deserved to lose in that way more so than them.
You know what's interesting is that a lot, well, I would say 99% of the Packers fans agree with when Dan Aguirre says,
I would be willing to suck Aaron Rodgers' dick.
And that's just the dudes. That's not even the women up there.
Exactly. I want to talk about Josh Bellamy. We were talking a little bit about him prior to the show. Mark Helfrich was asked about Bellamy, and this is what he had to say about just Josh as a player, and then regarding his hands.
He's 100% who he is every single day. And sometimes that's a guy you have to, tell to shut up, and you look at him, and sometimes you just shake your head, and sometimes it's impressive, man, of how many different spots that guy knows offensively, special teams wise. He's making plays all over the field the other day, and he's just a team guy. He's a teammate, and has been an invaluable piece of this deal.
He's a guy who, before this year, had a reputation of not having the best hands on the team. Is someone who watches him every day. What stands out about his ability to catch the football now?
We just kind of, you don't really know exactly what's gone on in the past with anybody, but just take him at face value and try to improve the face. Again, there's shortcomings for everybody on our team, but he's been an asset to this deal all along. His the behind the scenes chemistry. You guys see a lot of the chemistry as well, but a guy that is a glue guy as far as a team like this goes.
I hate the way that reporter phrased that question. I would have said, listen, I know you weren't here in 2016 and 17, but I know you saw the tape, and Josh Bellamy's hands were horrific. What have you done specifically? What has this coaching staff done specifically to improve his hands? Because he's catching everything and looks like a totally different wide receiver. Ask it like that as opposed to, what do you think about his, what the fuck he said?
I think that was friend of the barroom, JJ Stankovitz.
No, JJ. That couldn't have been JJ.
JJ dropped the ball, not Josh.
JJ.
Well, and I don't want to be the contrarian here, but one thing we have to remember, Bellamy was pretty upset when the Bears gave him the low tender this year, whatever it was, $2 million, and so he's got a lot on the line. He's not just playing for the Chicago Bears this year. He's playing for, 31 other teams to show him. And a lot of times we see that where these guys step up to the challenge and
money year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you have to work on your craft. I hate when these little fan fucks like troll and they're like, well, you didn't like him. Yeah, I'm the first one who'll say it. I'm the first one who'll say the truth about who worked on their craft. Sherrick McManus, I did not have making the 53 with Josh Bellamy, one of the two for special teams. Both of them came up huge in the game on Sunday, both. And the reality of that is working on your craft. The guy, Josh Bellamy, that is, never had a problem getting wide open. Never.
Nope.
He always was getting open. His problem was catching and concentrating on the football, making and finishing the play. You can't drop the ball and be an NFL receiver.
Phil, let me ask you a question. Is there anyone on this roster that was with the team last year that is playing worse football this year? Or are they all playing as good or better than they have under John Fox?
That's honestly a great question.
Because I think that the point here is that you got guys who are playing better because they're being coached better.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't see anybody digress.
You can't overlook
except Mike Burton.
Can't overlook
the
confidence aspect there either. When these guys start to believe, it's easier to get up and go to practice. It's easier to go through these walkthroughs and to fly cross country to wherever you're going. W's, the winning is the elixir. We've said that 100 times on this show. But you're absolutely right, Aldo. When you believe in your fucking coach and the coaching staff, that makes everything easier. When you don't have a dumbass like John Fox and Dowell Loggins saying that, well, we pulled him off the field because he's getting double teamed. I mean, we heard Adam Hogue's reaction to that. Imagine if you're a fucking player making millions of dollars listening to your fucking offensive coordinator make a comment like that. And we're supposed to listen to this fucking guy? And, they believe. And that's, this team, and you're talking about, what's one of the most things, the biggest things that we love about this team. These Chicago Bears, they're young and they're just fucking dumb enough to not give a fuck who they're playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not going to be pushed. They're dumb enough to win this whole fucking thing, guys. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not trying to get ahead of the game, but they are because they fucking believe it. Mm-hmm. And I see a lot of, here I go bringing up Philly again, but I see a lot of that Philadelphia Eagles swagger that they had last year. I see a lot of that in Chicago.
I thought you were talking about me. You were going to bring Philly.
Oh, yeah, Philly.
That's what they used to call me in New York. Everybody had an E on the end of their name in Long Island at Hofstra. So, except if you had like a consonant ending. So Tony, Jimmy, Vinny, Aldo would be
Aldo-y.
Aldo-y.
Aldo, he went up the hill and came back.
My girl name would really sound a lot worse if it was Shaney.
Shaney. Yeah, you would just be Shane.
That's what my grandmother used to call me.
Shaney?
Hey, guys, what do you think about Deion Bush playing for Eddie Jackson this weekend at San Francisco? Any concerns there?
I think there's concerns, but Vic Fangio went out of his way this offseason. There's a couple of press conferences when they were asking him how things are going. He went out of his way, and he goes, one of the most improved players that I can look out and I can see the improvement is Deion Bush. Mm-hmm. And, guys, let's not – you guys know me well enough to know that I tend to look at things a little bit differently. Adrian Amos is a guy that's coming up for contract. Don't think the fucking Deion Bush doesn't realize that. Mm-hmm. This is his fucking chance to maybe make the Bears not fucking invest in Adrian Amos. And, I mean, I know I love Adrian the player, but I'm just saying the Bears drafted Bush for a reason in the fourth round. Mm-hmm. And when you have your defensive coordinator making Vic Fangio throws around compliments like fucking manhole covers. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest. He went out of his way to say that about Deion Bush, and he didn't play that much, but he looked the part out there, and this is a huge deal. This is Deion Bush's playoffs right now, for his career.
Well, and Fangio was complimentary today, as a matter of fact. Yeah. He said about Deion the same thing you just said. I really liked the way he played in the preseason and camp, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him play on Sunday. He had a lot of confidence in him. And then Bush talked to the media, and he says, I know this defense. I've been studying it now for 3 years. I know it better than ever, and so I'm just going to go out there and react and not think too much. And that gives you a lot of hope that this guy is going to go out there. And he may not play a totally flawless game. In the safety position is a very difficult position to do that nowadays with the way offenses play. But as long as he doesn't let anything get behind him, as long as he doesn't give up a big play, as long as he is a short tackler, then he's going to get an A from me if he goes out there and performs in that way.
Yeah, and you want to know one more thing that's real important is this lets him get a couple of the kinks worked out. Mm-hmm. Where if something happens in the playoffs to one of the safeties, maybe if Eddie went out and re-aggravated his ankle injury, it's given him a little 2-game debut here to get the kinks out and say, I was out there, I saw this. I didn't really see that when I was on the sideline. I didn't see this when I was, watching tape of this. So that's, it could be something that's, you may take a little bit of a step back right now, but it could pay off for you in the playoff game. And I like Deion, but Deion Bush, and he's not afraid to come up and fucking blow somebody up. And you got 2 enforcers back there at safety right now. 2 guys that'll knock you out.
This is about reps, and we talk about it all the time. What do we have in Deion Bush? We don't know who Deion Bush is. We've seen old Deion Bush with John Fox, and here's his opportunity, to Shane's point, and here's an opportunity to get reps and prepare yourself to be ready to play, because one thing we've been blessed with is health. And you've had the safety position with these two, 38 and 39, together throughout the last 2 seasons. So that thing was one of those tilt-a-wheels of players coming in here. It was like everybody's playing safety. Every week there was a new safety tandem. There was so many injuries, so many terrible safeties. So to have consistency there, you don't know what you have in this kid. So to see him this weekend in a game, against the 49ers, you should win this and build up his confidence. Some guys get the opportunity, especially surrounding a front that you have. That front seven is so good. What he does on the back end will be very telling for his future here at Chicago.
And Phil, that's a great point too, because you haven't seen Deion Bush play with the improved Kyle Fuller.
Exactly.
You haven't seen him play with the improved Amukamara. You haven't seen him play with Roquan, with Khalil Mack, with Leonard Floyd finally stepping up, with Bilal Nichols, and
exactly
all that. So he's going to feed off of them, just like you said. That's a great point. And Ryan Pace really looks like he's kind of figured this drafting thing out to know what he wants. It may not be a guy that comes in and makes that immediate impact, but you look down and you're seeing these guys that are making contributions, and this is really Deion Bush's time to shine. And he's a guy that I'll be completely honest, he's going to be a guy that I'm focusing on Sunday, because I have confidence that the kid's going to come in and ball out, because he's going to be surrounded by those players that are going to raise his level of play. And that's what you want on a team.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about my man Adrian Amos. The contract-wise, it's not looking good that they might bring him back. Now, unless they can sign him to a deal that is front-heavy like they have with some of these other contracts, so that they can get out of it when Mitch's contract comes up. But with so much, I think with Khalil Mack, I think he's got a hell of a lot of money front-loaded. But nonetheless, on Trubisky's contract year, there's still a lot of Mac dollars left. Now, again, we've been saying it here at Bears Barroom, probably one of the first to preach it like a chorus, that the cap goes up $10+ million every year, and there's no signs of that changing. If anything, is could be $20 million by the time Trubisky's contract is up. So I'm not too worried about that, but I do think that the Bears are going to exercise some caution. And so if somebody like Deion Bush proves that he can be a starter in this league, then Adrian Amos might be one of those guys that will be sacrificed.
The Bears are in a position of strength with this, because we saw how the safety market plays out in free agency.
Very true.
So the Bears can go to Adrian, and this is going to come down to dollars. The Bears are going to have a very specific price. They're not going to tag Amos. They're going to say, if they didn't tag, Kyle Fuller franchise tag, they did the transition, but that's not even going to happen with Adrian. He's going to go out there, and you go out and you get the contract that you think that you're worth.
Right.
You go. They'll give him a cursory offer of where they're comfortable.
Right.
And Adrian, the person, we all love him, but this comes down to dollars and cents and business.
Right.
And, the Bears, depending, just like you said, Deion Bush may step up to the plate, and that may right there seal his fate. You never know.
With the injury to Callahan, does that scare you both? Because I've been asked several times, Amos or Callahan? And even Greg Gabriel was on Bears Hour Live, and both of us agreed the nickel corner, especially in this league full of shitty ones, the value of the position goes up. But now this guy, again, you say what you want. Glass Joe, number 11, he isn't even fucking dressed on Sundays.
Right.
So, the best ability is availability. The guy has never played a full season. So where does your value on him go?
Well, that's going to be interesting to see how that goes, because we already know that didn't Minnesota bring him in last year?
Callahan?
Yeah, for a look.
Something
like that, or they were expected to give him, because he was restricted last year, right?
Right. So, I don't think they looked at him, but there were rumors that
there was rumors.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be interest in him there, and it's a great point again, Phil, because the Bears, anywhere on defense, they invested in Amukamara long, 3 years. They invested big time in Kyle Fuller. They didn't really go out and they brought in Kevin Tolliver as a UDFA, and it's to me it's not. If I'm going to invest money, I'm going with the nickel over Amos, absolutely, because I think I can find a serviceable safety rather than a serviceable nickel. I think it's easier to find that, but it's a great point because as much as you want to say you can have a lot of dollars available to you in the cap, but position groups get allotted a certain amount of money, and the Bears got a big-ass chunk allotted in the secondary with their two guys on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So feelings about Sunday's game against the 49ers. My primary concern is this. Right now, as of 9:10 p.m. Central Time on Thursday, December 20th, I really do believe that this team will make the Super Bowl. I really believe that.
He's taking his shot.
I'm taking my shot.
Hold on. Wait, before we go there.
Okay.
Let's not even talk about that.
I know.
I'm a jinx,
I got to talk about number 10 because everybody's skipping over the fact. I witnessed it in person, so I got to fucking say this. He played better than 12.
Oh, yeah.
He did what no Bears quarterback does.
He took a step, and nobody's talking about that.
Nobody's talking about the step. Exactly, Shane. I'm going to fucking talk about it right now.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Exactly. Because not only did I do the tape work, but I fucking prayed and I watched and I screamed and I stood up and swung the towel and I did my job, as Aldo said, as a fucking fan. Because that is first. I've been through so much pain with this team. And to see this young quarterback go out there and manipulate the pocket and feel things and use his feet and drop dives and hit people in the fucking chest plate and have other people step up and make plays that needed to be made and get no fucking credit for it. No credit. Everybody thinks it's some goddamn fluke. No, he's moving the fucking chains. He's an animal on third down.
Mm-hmm.
He's running for a first down. He's threatening the Packers. He, more so than anybody else on that football field, helped you win that fucking football game. You can argue Khalil Mack. I'll be willing to say, okay, maybe. But what I saw Mitch do in that game in critical moments, the game's tied up, Shane. We've been here before.
Yeah.
Name the quarterback, and they fucking pissed down their leg against Green Bay. We've seen it.
Charles Woodson's pick 6 and J on that. I know that's going to piss a lot of people off, but that's what we come to expect.
Exactly.
Then the whole narrative starts. But Phil, the biggest difference with Mitch, you saw him. I'm telling you, when you're watching Mitch, don't even look from above the knees. Just watch his feet.
Oh, his footwork.
That's all you have to do. It's night and day, week to week, night and day difference from Rams to Packers. Yes,
and that just shows you. Even I pointed out, and the tape doesn't lie, guys, on YouTube. Go check out and subscribe to Bears Bar Room on YouTube. Tape Never Lies series. Love doing it for you guys. Breaking it down. The first thing I noticed, Shane, he's being patient with the mesh. We talked about him being rushed. He's worried. There's a pressure, and he's still completing the mesh. It's an incompletion. He sidesteps the pressure, steps up. You'll see it. This is like a guy that's being, to Aldo's point, coached up. Look at the tape. Look what you're doing. This is why. Look at your footwork. This is why you're throwing high.
Yep.
This is why. Watch him drag his back foot and step through. Delivers a fucking dime to Bellamy.
When he gets in trouble, it's his left foot.
He steps
fucking
out.
time.
Yeah.
Every single time. Yeah, he's actually stepping out and left when he gets
I
in trouble.
know
but
we talked about it on BHL, Shane.
Yeah.
This play, I saw it coming live because I was right behind it. They set it up perfectly. Give the Packers credit. They backed out, then came in, tied.
Shaheen play you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about that was the defining moment for me. Just like in the Miami game, this guy's like, fuck you. I'm fucking a street fighter. That's who I am. That's Mitch. That's the guy I want to fucking have my back. Like a fucking Greg Braggs in the alley. That's who I want to have in my back. Guy has the strongest fucking hands I've ever seen in my life.
Greg?
Yeah, he's a fucking mason. He can grab a fucking 2-ton brick with his hand. Anyway, I want Mitch in the fucking alley. When he sidesteps and feels the clean blitz coming, fucking Charles Leno has no clue. No clue. It comes, he skedaddles, pressures, comes back outside, then flicks a dime to Shaheen.
Yeah.
This is like big boy football now in Chicago. And these analysts and these fucking after shows or whatever talking about hip-hop and fucking what's the best flavor ice cream in Chicago this month, missing out on that kind of play and that kind of young ascending talent. To me, I asked Adam Rank, I will answer it for him. I said, and you guys can answer this. If Jay Cutler was the quarterback, everybody knows I love Jay. If you don't, come on. I started the Stop Jaysism campaign, for God's sake. Just like the Can't Hold Mac. This kid has something special. There's no fucking way I would put any money on Jay in that game. When it's tied up 14-14, Money Mitch came to town. Say whatever it is you want. That's my 100% truth. I was confident in the kid.
Hey, you, changing subjects here just briefly, you were mentioning Greg Braggs and his hands. He's got some strong hands, but he definitely does not have a strong singing voice. This is him taunting Aaron Rodgers. He's like 3-4 rows above him, and this is Greg taunting Aaron Rodgers. Greg, excellent camera work, great Mason, but damn, that singing's got to go. That was awesome.
That was great, too, because Aaron Rodgers is there, and he's looking around or whatever, and he's like you said, like 3 rows from behind him.
Yeah, you know he heard him.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
How do you miss that voice?
I know. Oh, my gosh. All right, let's do some tweets, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Braggs has to work on that fucking singing voice. Yeah.
He's the smartest man. Who did you think started these local breweries, these IPAs, these craft beers? If Shane ever left Barroom, I'll shoot a video of myself outside Soldier Field crying real tears. He's the smartest man. And this is the dumbest tweet of the week.
Whoops.
Is that a cat behind you there, Phil?
It is. It's a nice Siamese cat. See it?
Look at that motherfucker. He looks healthy.
Her name is Peyton.
Oh, that's
and then
right.
we have the black cat named Walter. So we got Walter and Peyton.
Should have been Suey, man.
Aldo freaked me out there. He goes, "Is that a cat behind you?" And I'm like, "Fucking cats on my Christmas tree." I turned around and think he's talking to Phil.
All right. I know you've heard this segment before, but those of you who are drunk and need a reminder, this is where Shane Marsaw, the smartest man in the barroom, he picks out a bad tweet, a tweet that he says, this fucking idiot is so goddamn stupid, I want to expose him to the Bears Barroom Nation, and that is what he's going to do right now.
Yeah, we gotta reach back in our way back machine. Do you guys remember Kent Sterling at Kent Sterling?
Oh yeah,
name ring a bell?
No.
Kent Colt Sterling.
Yeah. He said on a tweet the other day after the Bears Packers games, he said, "Say whatever you want to say, Bears fans. Just remember, Dick Duran won 13 games in 2001 and was fired in 2003. Lovey won 10 games in 2012 and then was fired. Things change quickly in the NFL. Don't hang any Nagy banners yet."
Oh, my God. Is he really using that?
Yeah. That
platform and moment to say that bullshit?
That's called doubling down on bullshit.
Yep.
Oh, my God, Aldo.
This is a guy that if he ever got some good pussy, he would still find something wrong with it. I found a little lint in it somewhere. Fuck you.
Oh, my God. I don't get it. I honestly don't.
Yeah, I think he's taking a lot of heat from Bears fans after the Bears win the North, and he said that, nobody would pick Chicago over Indy. He made that comment too, and like I said, he's just trying to. The funny thing about it is he's telling everybody to wait. Don't hang up any banners.
Oh, I love those.
You just got to wait. But way back when the Bears hired Nagy, he was making judgments then. So maybe Kent should take a little bit of his own advice and just wait before he tweets stupid shit out.
Yeah,
Yes, up in this bitch.
What was that again? Play that again. Gotta get to your own soundbox.
I gotta cue this.
I'm about to go all 5 years up in this bitch.
Yes. Yeah, Gandhi, we did not get the 5 years.
We gotta get the 5 years tonight. I can't believe we didn't get it.
We could have got the new updated Aldo Gandia instead of the Artie Lang Aldo Gandia the Blackhawks jersey.
I'll tell you what, I'll do it. If they win in San Francisco, which I'm a little worried about, to be honest with you. That's what I was going to say about the Super Bowl thing.
Coming off a big game, they could fall flat out there.
Exactly. I mean, I thought they were going to win in New York, and then all of a sudden they played flat. But if they win out in San Francisco in a way that I expect and hope and pray they will, I will immediately go run outside without my shirt on, my fat ass, my nipples out, and I will go 5 years for you guys.
5 years?
Yes.
Can we get the wife to shave a Bears Barroom logo in your chest and back hair?
And not shave it, but we'll put some lipstick on Bears Barroom.
There you go.
That'd be hilarious.
What a promo. So, yeah, while we're talking about crazy shit, yeah, PFF sent out a tweet. Mitchell Trubisky had a 64.4 overall grade, the 16th highest grade of any quarterback that played on Sunday. Phil, you think Mitch was the 16th best performance of a quarterback on Sunday? You stat boy.
Oh my God. That's just horrific, to be perfectly honest. Who said that?
PFF. Focus.
Oh. Hold on. I got a drop for that. Hold on. It's worth it. Even if you got it. Here we go. Hold on.
Oh, you're good at numbers, so now you think you know football. That's adorable.
Perfect. Thank you, Dan, for taking my words from me, because that's exact. Like, what the fuck are you watching? Numbers don't fucking tell you shit. They tell you a piece. Best.
Oh,
16th best.
And those aren't numbers; those are grades. That's somebody's subjective look. That's like a Korean figure skating judge,
exactly.
Judging an American skater. So.
Oh, you mean Li Ping doesn't know how to grade Mitch Trubisky's performance?
Right. I have some connections behind the scenes that I used to, and I was like, so who's scoring these grades for PF? Oh, they're all college kids from around the country that are hired, or they're, foreigners from I go, what? That's true fucking story.
They outsource it, yeah.
Guys that don't or have read Football for Dummies or fucking have a 9-5 hoe jacket are fucking grading this fucking. It's like, you don't even need experience doing it. Mm-hmm. They just want young minds that are willing to get paid small money. And that's where it's like, you throw it out and you use those grades to make a point. But really, ultimately, anybody go over and watch The Tape Doesn't Lie and tell me that Mitch, and I put the good and the bad up, Mitch played a tremendous football game. Now, grading it against everybody, every game is a fucking different story, a different obstacle, a different situation that comes in it. Yeah. So to say he was the 16th best quarterback on the day, that was the biggest game of the day for the division. So to me, how do you weigh that, especially when I'm talking about the momentum and it's a team fucking sport? That shit just drives me nuts. That's micro fucking style. That's just dumb.
What was Aaron Rodgers' PFF grade for Sunday? Do we know that? Do you have access to that, Aldo?
I can look it up, yeah. It'll take me a little while. But I do want to make one point while I look this up, is that the Green Bay Packers defense is coming off a game where they dominated Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. They dominated them. The Falcons got a gift touchdown in that opening drive when there was one terrible call by the officials that was replayed, and they still gave the guy the catch when it was clear he didn't make the catch. And then there was a questionable call, and so they ended up with 7 points. After that, that defense locked down on Ryan. They scored one garbage touchdown. And Mike Pettin is a good defensive coordinator who throws all sorts of wrinkles on his defense. He confuses young quarterbacks. And so that was a huge test. So I don't know how they do their grading system at Pro Football Focus, but just with the intangibles that Mitch Trubisky was facing, he should have gotten 100 points right there. Whatever the fuck they give out, I don't know.
That's how the stories and narratives change. Just like we talked about the Tampa game. Tampa was the hot team. No one. This is what I hate about fantasy football. Really, the only thing, because people forget, because they're so worried about points scored and this, that they don't appreciate matchups in regards to team matchups. They're looking at individual matchups. Everybody's a fucking offensive coordinator. Everybody knows. I don't want to mince my words here. There's a lot of fucking smart football people that don't have they have 30 followers. That hierarchy on Twitter and the fucking shit show that could be sometimes is what it is. But you forget what the Bears were dealing with when they faced Tampa. They go and they beat, not only that, they knock out their quarterback who was so hot. He was on NFL Network, ESPN, he's everywhere. The Magic, how Fitz Magic and all that. Shut it down. Go forward. Aaron Rodgers, to Aldo's point, the pack back. That was the headline leading into the game. I'm there Saturday night down eating at Bill's and doing our thing there, and that's the headline on SportsCenter above you on the TV. Are the pack back? Are the Bears prepared? Well, then the story changes. Well, is it the pack or is it the Bears? It's never just what it is, and that
the pack is packing, right?
Yeah, they pack their fucking bags. They pack their bags.
All right, I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers. Let's see. Oh, my free subscription thing ran out.
Whoops.
Fuck, who cares?
A millisecond late. What a piece of garbage. But if Tom Brady does it, you say, oh, man, that receiver should have got on his brakes faster. It's ridiculous. On Glennon.
Mike Glennon.
All right, we move on.
Did you get a score for?
No, I can't find it.
Well, yeah. Well, just before we wrap up with the Green Bay assholes, I want to just put a fucking bullseye on this asshole Gouda, and he's at body marked up Green Bay fan. When Roquan tipped the ball in the end zone and Eddie Jackson picked it off, he said, "Yeah, oh well, Bears fans. We just traded an interception for a torn ACL. We'll take that every time." And you talk about classless.
Oh, wow.
Who wrote that?
Classless. What's that?
Who wrote that?
It was. Just closed it out. I'm sorry. His name is Gouda at body marked up, and it's up UPP.
What a
interception for a torn ACL. We'll take that every time. And I don't give a shit if it's a Green Bay Packer or whoever the fuck it is. You don't to fucking tweet something out like that just means you're a piece of shit human being. I mean, that's not even about football. You don't wish that shit on anybody. And yeah, we boat raced your fucking Green Bay ass. So you want to tweet out shit like that. So we'll put a big fucking dummy bullseye on your forehead and honor you with the dumbest fucking tweet of the week.
That's the nicest thing we can say about Gouda, where the fuck his name is. All right, now we move on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gouda, I just fucked your mama, yeah.
Oh, he's the smartest man. He's the mailman. He's got class. Call a friend if they were in need or just needed some stamps. You're goddamn right. He believed back in August that the Bears would be the NFC North champs. He's the smartest man, and this is his tweet of the week.
I don't know what the fuck he said there. Cause
I don't either.
I was laughing because...
You need stamps, Phil?
Want me to do it again? Because Aldo's cracking.
No.
I got distracted in my mind because Shane says, Gouda, fuck your mom. And then you say, he's got class.
Yeah. I did. I shoved your shit in. What? 3 hours ago.
Call a friend if they were in need or just needed a stamp. You're goddamn right. He believed back in August that the Bears would be NFC North champs.
Oh, champs, stamps. I get it.
How about this? Play it lightly in the background. We are the champions, Aldo.
You want me to do it, or are you going to do it with your little boombox there?
I wanted you to do it. I was just reminding you with the...
I'm not sure that even qualifies as a fucking boombox, does it?
That thing. It's my phone.
That's the modern day boombox.
Yeah.
I'm trying to use the phone.
All right. So our top tweets here. We are going to send some love to friend of the bar room, Ryan Heckman, at Ryan Heckman FS.
Love Ryan.
And he quote tweeted, not friend of the bar room, the Bears blog, at the Bears blog. The Bears blog sent out a tweet, says, does anybody know who won the NFC North? And Ryan Heckman quote tweeted him and said, "Oh, I'm surprised you do for how many times you've turned off the Bears this season."
That's the fucking tweet of the year, man.
Yeah.
Ryan Heckman, home run.
Very well played.
I love it.
The Bears blog every fucking game early when the Bears, they would make a mistake or whatever. Fuck this. This is bullshit. Losing to me. I'm fucking done. This team's done. I'm fucking clueless. I'm going to go fuck Gouda's mother, too. Fuck this. I'm out of here.
Well, you know what? I don't blame the Bear blog guy because every time I read one of his tweets, I never finish. I'm fucking bored by the third or fourth word. Fuck that. That is great, Ryan Heckman. Holy shit, that was sensational, man.
Yeah, and Ryan is not alone this week though with a good tweet of the week. He's got some company, and right after the clocks hit 0, and the Bears were gathering their NFC North Division T-shirts and their hats. Mike Daniels at Mike_Daniels76 of the Green Bay Packers sent out a tweet, and it said, "I just threw up."
Mike Daniels regurgitating.
That was the same song I sang to Gouda's mom when I kicked her out.
Gouda.
Oh, man. That was good. So right after he saw that the Bears won, he tweeted out that he was throwing up, huh?
Yeah, I just threw up. That's literally all he said. And then Bears, a lot of the comments on that tweet were pretty fantastic because it was 99% Chicago Bears fans. So
I love it. Packer fans are a interesting bunch of entitled motherfuckers, man. I'll tell you that.
You ain't kidding.
Oh, my God. Without a doubt.
All right, so I wanted to say when I was talking about the Super Bowl, this game in San Francisco, they need to go out there and win this road game.
Locked in.
Against the team that has played well their last 2-3 games. They've won their last 2 games. But it's a team that is clearly inferior to the Chicago Bears. It's a team that will be starting second and third stringers because their season is over. They still want to go out there and win. And they're going to be playing to win, but they're going to take a look at some players, and they've got some injury problems. I think their starting running back, Matt Breida, is not going to play. So they've got some issues. I want to see our Chicago Bears go to, I don't know the name of that new stadium. Was it Levi or Old Candlestick or New Candlestick or whatever? But I want to see them go there and perform, get out of there with a nice 21-3 victory, and give Robbie a field goal, pat him on the ass, say goodbye, and then come back home.
Yeah, you can't. I totally agree, Aldo. You can't, and this is probably us reaching back and expecting the old Chicago Bears to go out there and lay down with this. And like you said, this is a different group. You say we should have won the Giants game, but let's not forget that we didn't have 10 starting that game either. So
that was huge.
I think that settles down a lot of things. And who's their starting quarterback? Is it Mullen?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Mullins?
Nick Mullins.
So yeah, you can't come off a big statement last 2 games really for Chicago, for the against the Rams and then against the Green Bay Packers, and then go out west and shit down your leg against the San Francisco team. And don't think that Ryan Pace isn't down in the locker room, being part of this too. I mean, these guys are all competitive, and like we were just talking about, Ryan Pace fleeced by John Fox. This can be a statement. This can be a statement game for the fucking front office. Yeah, you fucking fleeced us. Look at the scoreboard. Whatever, 34-13. Who knows? I'm just saying. All this. These guys are where they are because they're fucking competitive. That all factors into it. The Bears can't overlook this team. They got to go out there, take care of fucking business, and then get back to Chicago, and we do it all again next week. So I'm with you. We went through these games one by one earlier in the year, And most games, I can talk myself into how we can lose them. That's just the way that I am with the Bears. I've been burnt way too many times, but I can feel it too. This team is different.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. NFC North. I don't think we all realize that the Bears are the NFC North champs. The goal is to win your division. They went out there and did it, Aldo, despite all the obstacles. As a team, look at Kyle Fuller, the way he played. Look at Akeem Hicks finally making the Pro Bowl, getting that recognition. Look at Leonard Floyd have the best game of his career. Without a doubt in my mind, I've never seen him play that well. The only thing he would have had the fucking, what's the best thing in baseball?
The walk-off.
He would have had the walk-off sack on that stunt. He came clean. If he just fucking yoked that motherfucker up and dumped him again, I think I would have ran on the field, honestly. I would have stormed the field. Oh, I wanted it to be closed out there so bad.
You guys were both at the game, and I don't know, have you guys been able to watch the broadcast version of it yet?
Yeah.
Dude, I watched, I got to say something, and then finish your point. I turned it on to watch it, and then I heard this dude Myers.
Yeah. Chris Myers, yeah.
And his awful energy sucks so the life out of me to watch this game. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm just going to fucking watch this.
He's the upscale dead air chair.
Oh, exactly.
Right before half on the broadcast version, they're going to fucking commercial. I've never seen anything like this. They put the fucking camera, they zoom it up on Akeem Hicks. You know what I'm talking? Yeah. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Fucking pinches his nose, just starts blowing fucking snot out of his nose.
He did.
High def, yeah. I'm like, I can't believe they showed
that. No one put that up for Barroom yet?
I did.
Can't.
You did?
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I guess I missed it too.
I missed it.
I put up a bunch of stats yesterday, and I put up the stat that they've only given up 5 rushing touchdowns all season, the Bears defense. And then the picture is the video of him going.
Oh, shit. I guess I missed that.
Did you have the video going, or is it just a picture?
No, it's video. It's video.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Right, can you do this for me tomorrow's 100 proof promo? Can you make this? Blowing the snot. Shout out to you, Booger McFarland.
Yeah.
Please tag him in it, because he was talking shit that I don't know if the Bears could ever go and the LA Rams.
When I was watching that unfold, they cut to him, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna get the him breathing and the steam coming out of his nose, and then he just starts pinching his fucking nose and starts floating. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing?
That was a weird.
Yeah, it was definitely weird.
Man, I forgot to load in my Bear Up, Bear Down music. It's the new one. So let me look for
the
that.
new one with Dan, the Super Butterfly.
What did you title that? Do you remember?
Let's see. Bear Up, Bear Down, new maybe? Hold on, I could tell you. The song that I did for last week, if you could play it tonight at the end or whatever, it's 100 Proof Green Bay song. Because I put 2 in there, I had to remix it down.
Oh, okay.
So that 100 Proof, let me go to files and...
I think I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. Dan and Joe, Bear Up, Bear Down.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Pretty self-explanatory.
Nailed it.
Aldo.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I want to ask you before we go. Rams game or Green Bay game, which was louder?
Definitely, without a doubt, the Rams game.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Without a doubt, the Rams game.
Holy shit! That stadium was so.
You think that's a prime time energy thing?
I totally do. I was surprised that, if you say that the Rams game was a 10 on the VU meter, then I would say that the Packers were 7.5. I was surprised that it didn't match that, and I think I think it had a lot to do with the complexion of the game. I think there was a lot of nervousness by the fans because it was the Packers.
Great point.
But it was much louder at the Rams game. Ask Greg that same question at Greg Braggs and see what he says.
Yeah, that 14.
Call him up, get him on the
Green
phone.
Bay tying it up at 14 might have taken a little bit of the fucking excitement out for we were talking about earlier. Because that whole fucking sequence of ineptitude. I know Nagy's got some big fucking balls on him, but
God.
I almost put my fucking foot right through my sheetrock, and I'm not even kidding.
First off, I put up the fake punt from the coach's angle because I saw it from that exact angle.
Yeah, it was a pure giveaway.
You watch O'Donnell gave the whole fucking thing away, Aldo. I put it up.
And that's not Nagy's fault.
That is not Nagy. This is lazy shit. That shit is so bad. Because just like a pitcher in baseball, if the catcher's standing off to the side, the pitch out's coming. There's no fucking trick. If you're standing off to the side, the fake's coming. You have to be standing there looking like you normally. It's an act. If I got so fucking pissed, not only with the situation, but more so with O'Donnell. If you watch, again, the tape never lies. I put a potpourri of the NFC North champion Bears up there. Good, bad of Mitch, and then mixed in some of these fucking plays by McManus and Bellamy and Floyd and Khalil Mack. Deserving. But this motherfucker, O'Donnell, that could have cost you the game. The whole momentum swung there. The whole momentum, because now you're at the fucking 48-yard line.
Yeah.
You're only down 8. You start believing in it, and you give them new life. You don't give a shitty team with shitty character confidence.
Now a quarterback like that.
Exactly. And that's
Aldo, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this. I know they had it on BHL, played some of the audio, but the whole Wayne Larrivee situation when that unfolded, and I hope they take that football and shove it up there. What did you think of that? Fucking, I mean, I know we like to give out a lot of shit here at the fucking bar room, but holy shit, I fucking heard that for the first time. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, that's not even me as a Bears fan. It's like, wow.
Right. Yeah, I was, first of all, shocked because I've always known Wayne to be a professional. I mean, he was the Bears play-by-play guy for years, and it was really damn good. And we were all disheartened when he left. Secondly, I was actually going to Google to see if he faced any repercussions because of that, because if I was his boss, I would suspend him for a game or two. I thought that was such an egregious act of being non-classy. I think he apologized for it or walked it back or something like that. But you have to be accountable for. There are certain people who would have said that and gotten fined or suspended or something like that. He got away with this, and that's what pisses me off the most. And not just the fact that he said it and it was classless and unprofessional for a play-by-play guy for a team to do that, but for him to get away with it, for the Packers not to tell him, hey, you're not doing the next game or the next 2 games, that to me sucks.
And there's your dagger.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Wayne. How about that?
Yeah, I was the same way. I mean, I always enjoyed Larrivee used to call all the Bulls games too.
Damn good.
Yeah, he's definitely got a very distinct voice. But when I who was he? He was on with Parkins, right? Wasn't it Parkins and whoever Parkins that he was on with, and they kind of. I mean, you could tell that this fucking rivalry with him was personal. And you talked about these entitled assholes, but he he personified that
Mm-hmm.
right there. I mean, it's just, and he even continued it, calling, you don't have to agree with Matt Nagy's play calls and stuff like that. But he's like, that he called him arrogant like 2 or 3 times and
ignoring his own quarterback.
Yeah, kind of a little bit, way he ended up praising Mitch a little bit later in the interview, but he's like, this isn't, Mitch Trubisky doing this. And Parkins kind of said, well, they're 7th in the league in scoring. He goes, well, yeah, but that's with 7 different guys on defense scoring for you. Let's be honest, this has nothing to do with your quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You're good this year because it's all because of your defense. And I said, boy, he sounded like a jealous little fucking bitch.
Oh, that quote was so bad.
I think he sounds like the majority of Packer fans right now.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Jesus.
Oh, my gosh.
Who's ready to rock out with their cock out? This is Bears Up and Bears Down.
Bears Barroom Radio. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up. This week, Draft Dr. Phil and Shane Marsaw, the smartest man in the bar rooms. Bear ups and bear downs of the week. A bear up, a bear down. Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around there watching the tape and weighing. The game is done. The Bears have lost and won. They're playing the tape and grading. Bear up, bear down. Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around there watching the tape.
It's one of my favorite Draft Dr. Phil songs. It introduces our Bear Up, Bear Down segment, and that's where Shane and Phil pick a player that they were disappointed with. That's their Bear Down player. And a player that they really want to shine a spotlight on for their performance. That's their Bear Up. We're going to start with Shane this week. Give me a bear down, and I know this has got to be really, really tough. I wouldn't argue with you if you ended up picking the ball boy or somebody like that with the Bears. But who is your bear down player? Yeah, that was such a good intro, and then we lost Shane.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, there I am. Sorry.
There he is.
I'm back. Yeah, I had a real tough time really even focusing in on anybody. I mean, I even threw out there like, maybe I'll go with the head coach because those fucking plays still stick in my head that we were just talking about. But yeah, it's Jesus. I hated to even say it, but I really couldn't. I had a hard time coming up with anybody. You know, it was hard to. Oh Jesus, I'm blanking on 20. Number 24.
Prince. Kamara?
Yeah. You know, just like if you're grabbing fucking at straws here, that was just, you know, there was a couple of plays where I thought maybe he could have broke on the ball a little bit better, and then, but this is a really, really tough week for me. I don't know. I mean, if I had to pick anybody, it was just from like technical aspects. I guess it would be Prince for me. But overall, I wasn't disappointed in anybody, and I can't remember in forever there being a guy like that. I mean, I'm not going to throw, I guess, Mike Burton out there, but he didn't even, you know, suit up, so he can't go back. Can't go back to him. But yeah, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this earlier when I was going. What's that?
Give it to Mike Burton or Kevin White.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about it earlier. I'm like, man, I don't even know who the hell I'm going to pick. And you know, there was a couple in there with Prince that I wish he would have played played on the ball a little bit different because when they attack Chicago deep, Prince of Mukamara has always scared me. Mm-hmm. It's not the intermediate routes. It's when they go deep. I'm a little bit skeptical on Prince. So I know it's kind of a cheap bear down, but if I had to pick anybody, it would be Prince. And that's just kind of like I don't even feel confident in choosing the guy. But just technically, I think he could have cleaned up a few things.
Yeah. That third down pass by Rodgers. I mean, say what you want. I saw it. It was so loud in the stadium on that down. I mean, it was rocking. And I was screaming because that could have just ended it there.
Yeah.
That drive, it was like 3rd and 15, and he freaking dime-balled that ball. I mean, Prince had some good coverage, too. It was just like, can't do anything about that.
You're talking about the one to Adams down the left sideline.
Yeah, the left sideline.
That was just, that was Aaron Rodgers being a fucking fantastic quarterback,
That ball was just, that was a money ball, and there's really nothing. But you're right, Prince in the game. I mean, McManus. I didn't get to put it up because I don't even know why. I thought I had cut it, but I didn't have it. Was McManus in my end zone, in the south end zone? They're covering, and Rodgers has all day. And then he throws a strike across the field, and McManus's back is turned. And the receiver's about to go down and grab this ball, and McManus does read his eyes and turns and dives and fingertips this ball and knocks it down. It would have been another touchdown.
Yep.
So he did twice, and the kid stepped up. I mean, he was the big concern for me with the Callahan injury, and this kid has played tremendous
Really
football played by McManus.
Indeed.
Don't you think that that's a great sign for what we were talking about earlier with Deion Bush? You see a guy like that's stepping in,
That's who I'm really going to watch him too.
Yeah.
How do you handle it? Some people aren't wired to be in pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And Deion Bush is somebody I'm going to see because there's two sides. Like we said earlier, you've never played with all this surrounding talent and confidence, and the scheme is different because of what the other talent allows you to do. Mm-hmm. So there could be Deion Bush, long, lengthy, physical athlete. When he was coming out of Miami, I had a good grade on him because I felt like that length and that range and the ability to explode into people, just like Adrian Amos, that sets the tone. I think Shane said it perfectly. Two, killers back there. What could that be? So he's going to be interesting. McManus has been tremendous. Kyle Fuller has been the best corner in the NFL. Adam Hogue put out 2 locks. I was like, Kyle Fuller is a lock. There's not a better corner playing in the NFL. I couldn't believe that Adam put that. Like, he didn't know if he was a probability. I just didn't see it. I thought Kyle, and then there were the concerns, Aldo, with Kyle getting paid. How was he going to play? Mm-hmm. He's had his best year of his life.
Mm-hmm.
And this secondary continues to really be coached well. You could tell Ed Donatel has done a tremendous job with them. In fact, if you look at all the levels of the team, I would say they're the most technically sound group. And that says a lot with Jackson's unwillingness to tackle sometimes. Drives me absolutely nuts. But he also saved a touchdown at the end of the half.
Mm-hmm.
The Hail Mary ball that he put, that was going to be caught. If he doesn't jump up with Adams, I'm telling you right now, that was going to be a touchdown. I was right in my end zone. I saw his hand go up with him and swat at it just like you're supposed to and knocked it out of there. In fact, one of my followers put a screen grab of it.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw it? So, yeah, I saw that live. I'm like, this fucking Jackson, man, he is a playmaker. If he just would fucking put his face into somebody, he would be the best safety in years.
Maybe
that good.
Maybe a gold jacket safety.
Yeah, because that kid is a ball player. He just needs to he makes some business decisions in the tackling department.
What the fuck is that?
All right, Phil, give me a bear down player. You've gone through the entire secondary and given out bear ups to
a little talk on secondary.
Give me a player. I know this is tough for Shane. I'm going to guess that it's going to be equally tough for you, but you got to give me a name, a player who you said, man, you could have played better.
I have 3 names if you want.
Whoa!
Yeah. Well, my number 1 is Pat O'Donnell. You have one job. Punt the fucking ball. Hold it on the extra points and kicks.
That's 2 jobs.
Yeah. One job. Specialist. Be special. Everyone, he says, be you, yeah. Pat O'Donnell. Be an actor on the fake fucking punt.
Be good.
Your team depends on you.
Yeah.
That shit is disgusting when you look at it. And there was just sheer laziness.
Yeah,
laziness.
He had one shank in that game, too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
that's shank.
Like always.
He does it every time in the big moment.
It's weird because everyone, he'll wow you with some fucking punts, man. In that Rams game, he was punting his ass. He got a bear up, I think, from Shane, didn't he, last week?
Yeah.
And he deserved it.
He wasn't
bear up.
He wasn't putting him inside the 20. He was putting him inside the 10. Yeah, last week.
I mean, these are both very deserving. He had a terrible, relatively speaking, he had a bad game against the Packers after he had a really good game against the Rams. So it's a good pick.
Well, to be fair, he had that great punt inside that pinned them back.
Yes.
Yeah.
He started off.
Bellamy got it. Yeah.
Yes. It was actually Deion Bush jumping over somebody and batting it. Great effort there down in the south end zone.
Did you see how I'm sorry. Did you see how when he dropped the ball, he kicked it off the nose of the football?
Yeah.
I've never seen. Yeah, I've never seen that before.
He's out. He does that. That's when they call it rugby style.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it's what he's been doing that all year.
I haven't noticed it.
Yeah, that's why sometimes it's so long.
Yeah, it's when he's trying to drop it in.
Right.
When
you're above the 40 going in, you'll see him do the rugby style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that he's specifically picked up while he was in the NFL. It's not something that he ever did in college or anything like that. But yeah, he's talked about that. Mm. Yeah, that's his rugby style kick.
His bear down is just, you have that one play, bro. Yep. You know the call. You know the signal, whatever their instrument is to communicate that you're going fake. This is Bears fucking Packer. Everything's on the fucking line.
Mm-hmm. That play is literally on my TV right now, Phil, and you're right. He's a solid 2.5 to 3 yards.
So bad.
I fucking agree. Oh my!
They're looking at him and they know. Yeah. They know.
I can't imagine what the fucking special teams coordinator and the defensive coordinator, everybody that's fucking watching that, even the fucking players are like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, okay, all right, yep, we know what they're doing.
I gotta tell you this story. It just came to me. I was coaching freshman football. We're scrimmaging and we're practicing fake punt, but we're doing it like a scrimmage, so the other team doesn't know. So similar to this, got a young kid. He's a former soccer player playing football. The pads, he's not comfortable in pads and all this other shit. So he lines up. We're doing a fake extra point. We're gonna try to get 2 out of this. He's supposed to be. He's lined up to kick extra points every time. This time he's straight on, like he's gonna kick it. And you hear the other team. They're faking it. I walk out there, timeout. I start yelling at the kid. I'm like, you line up and kick the ball exactly like you're going to kick it. So you fake these fucking guys. Fucking right in front of the other team. Now run the fake kick right. So he just ran the fake extra point and had him. But to the point, they knew, and they're freshmen. This is pros. And we still got the fucking 2-point conversion on the fake with me telling them we were going to do it. You got to do it right. You got to make them think.
All right. You said you had a couple more names on that bear down list you wanted to give us?
The 2 other names were Whiffman.
He's got an offensive lineman.
Yes,
You're going there. Yeah.
Oh, man. Live was hard to watch because this dude, so he just doesn't get. He's up and down too much, and it just affects the whole process of where this, measurement of Mitch could be, as well as Cohen, because he's
a big guy. And I just don't understand.
7 and softer than the fucking.
He's got no functional strength. He goes backwards every time somebody gets their hands on him.
So much better against the Rams with Lowe, and then he comes to this game, and I'm like, this fucking Lowry is fucking kicking the shit out of you. He was fucking destroying him, and I'm like, get your fucking pads low. And Bobby Massey, oh my God, he had a horrific game. In fact, when I walked in from the airport to Connecticut into my house, my parents were watching the kids, and my father had been here, and he watched the game, and the first thing he said, my God, that number 70. 70 and 78. They don't know what the fuck they're doing out there. He's like, they're going to get that kid killed. I don't even think, this is his exact quote, I don't even think Chicago fans realize how much number 10 helped that fucking offensive line be successful. And he's right. It's like Bobby had a game to forget on pass pro and run game. I'm ready for the Rashad Coward. This would be a great week to put him up in the line, give him some fucking reps against the Niners. That's a good front.
All right, we move on, fellas.
The game is done. The Bears have lost or won. They're playing. The boys are grading.
What are those grades for the Bear Up player? Shane, who do you got?
Well, I'm going to go easy on I want to leave number 94 so Phil can praise fucking Leonard Floyd for once. So I'll leave it to Phil. But yeah, you gotta give him some love, man. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Where is the love?
No, I'm going to go with number 52, Khalil Mack. Like I said, my dad's not a huge football fan, but he watches enough of it, and he's like, for him to make comments on guys, it's, kind of I don't want to call him a fair weather fan, but I don't even know if we realize how lucky we are to have, you run back some of these plays, and I find myself doing that with Khalil Mack, and I find myself watching it like not 2 or 3 times, but I watch it like 10 or 11 times, and then I rewind it again just to watch it. He's such a physical freak, and then he's got the fucking power on top of it. And the old adage is, the big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, and that's exactly what we've seen from Khalil. And it's, we're 10-4 right now. What do you guys think our record is if Ryan Pace didn't make that trade? Think about that.
Yeah.
No, it's a great question.
You think we're division champs right now? I don't think we are.
I don't think so.
That's why it's easy. It's a layup. Who's the MVP? Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable, Shane.
He is, and he's like a fucking tiger going after a piece of meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. Yeah, it's just.
I do.
No, I'm just watching. Like I said, when we do these shows, I always have the fucking broadcast version of the game going on in the background, just so if I see something that'll, I can start talking about it again. And you just watch this fucking guy, and I'm like, oh my God. And it's Phil. You made the comment way back when we first got him that he's the greatest defender that you think you've ever seen play in a Chicago Bears uniform. And I mean, that's pretty lofty company.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucking true.
That's all I do is speak the truth on 100 proof.
It is true. And, I think I know where you're going to go with your guy, but I think, you heard Vic talking about Leonard and, you got to get healthy and got to do this and got to do that. And I think, this was kind of a wake-up call. And I think, Adam Hogue actually did talk about this, the impact that Khalil Mack has, not just on the field, but it's, in the locker room, talking to a guy like Leonard Floyd, talking to a guy like, Roquan Smith. And when your best fucking player is the hardest worker, that's all you fucking want. And it's a huge deal. And have you, other than him being hurt, has there been a time where we fucking said, wow, Khalil just didn't fucking give it his all today? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't.
You can't say that,
dude,
about only a fucking handful of players in the entire fucking league that are like that. And he does, I mean, the fucking butt sack. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
He's doing something every fucking game that we haven't seen, and this guy's getting held. I mean, it's just...
Oh, my gosh.
It is. It's insane. I mean, it's not just held. Dude's getting fucking raped.
Tackled, hugged.
Yeah. He got tackled on that one sack that he had. And he still fucking bounced off his knees and took off like a fucking bottle rocket and sacked Rodgers. So
I put 4 Khalil Mack plays into the tape never lies, Shane.
Yeah.
Every one of them is spectacular. 3 of them, the stat boys wouldn't even fucking know about.
Yep.
So when you watch this one play where they're running a stunt, some people call it X, game, whatever you want to call it, he's coming inside to the guard. Most football players would do their job, go into the guard, come try to get through A gap or B, wherever it was designed. Well, Khalil peeks his head into the fucking backfield and sees slippery slime ball fucking escaping out the right. So he just says, fuck my assignment here. I'm going to fucking chase his ass around, goes all the way outside and chases him down and forces that guy unable to square his shoulders like he normally does. Everyone's seen it. Goes outside the pocket. And he's got plenty of time for himself. Then he throws a deep ball to Adams or whoever down the field, Cobb. We've been there. Well, watch this play on the tape never lies. It's not going to be in the stat sheet come Monday. It's not going to show up on a highlight film for Chris Carter. It's going to come here where you see it and you're like, holy shit. If he doesn't hustle and make that play, Rodgers either runs for 15 and a first down, or he's going to fucking throw a dime down the field and put that fucking Wayne Larrivee fucking sound drop in. And that is what Khalil Mack does. That's why he's worth way more than what they're saying. And that little bitch podcaster in Arizona quoting himself saying, well, if the Bears stole Khalil Mack, then we stole Chandler Jones because we only paid this price for him. And that's these stat boys using sack numbers to officiate the value of a trade or a person's play. Fucking guys getting triple teamed on the best defense, causing commotion on every quarterback. Who's this fucking dude from San Francisco? Who's the quarterback?
No,
not him.
Mullins.
Yeah.
Mullins. Yeah. Fucking Oscar Mullins. Get Oscar Mullins get his stats back on this show. I would love to be fucking one because I heard like 11 seconds, and I'm like, what the fuck are you fucking talking about? And then you quoting them now? I got no time for that bullshit. And it goes along with what I want to break news here.
Uh-oh. Breaking news.
Breaking news. So Logan Ryan. You know Logan Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, defensive back. He tweets out tonight. You tell me what you think of this, because it's going to be all over the news tomorrow, or he's going to be tonight. I feel like all sports reporters / analysts / media should be required to have played the game at a high level or take some sort of football course. The info they tell the viewer is so wrong and irresponsible. No wonder Tony Romo is the best on TV by far. He knows football. Us players laugh at the broadcast. Logan Ryan putting his foot down. Guess who responds to him? Chicago Bear Allen Robinson. Allen says, so bad, laugh out loud, it messes up the game for real. I can't watch most games with the volume up. That's what you're getting on Sunday. That's why Bears Barroom exists. That's why we say what we say, because it's the truth. These guys don't go to a course to fucking broadcast a football game. They don't know the game. They're giving you fucking lines of shit. And a fucking fraud boy can get a fucking blue check mark on gut feelings when it has nothing. That's what society is. That's why we did this show. So those that paint this picture of Bears Barroom like this fucking producer of Lawrence fucking Holmes, Herb. He is a Herb. We used to call everyone who was a fucking moron a Herb because they were a fucking geek. The reality is a fan of a show calling you out for some bullshit doesn't make it the show. Doesn't make it the fucking show. No one speaks for me except myself. Please don't you tag me in shit. Doesn't mean I agree with it. Even if I like something, I don't fucking always agree with it. Do you ever give those, like, you like the person likes?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, me too. So sometimes I really like a person. I didn't even read what the fuck they said. I just liked it at 6:48 in the morning on my way to work.
It's like a signal to that person that I read what you had to say.
Exactly.
I may not agree with it, but I read it.
Exactly. So this fucking bullshit manipulation of sheep is really a problem. And they're talking about it being on broadcast. Now, I'm not going to put anything out or do anything that I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. That's what I stand for, and that's really why we named this show The 100 Proof. We always speak the truth on the Bears and whatever the fuck else. And what do you guys feel about what he's saying? He later comes back in his defense, one other tweet, and then talk about, because everybody that now Clarence Hill Jr. is involved, and Emmanuel Acho's in, and Seth Kaplan and Jennifer Lane, ESPN's getting offended. But then he comes back and said, I'm not saying all former players would make good analysts, nor am I saying all analysts are bad. I'm saying that analysts should be required to know the sport by either playing it or passing some sort of exam. Just like all former players should take a broadcasting course, so should a broadcaster take a course on the sport. Boom, bow.
I think it all comes back to what I dealt with last week, and you referenced Herb there, is these guys think a lot of them are because they have, like you said, the blue check mark, or they have a show on TV that they're above reproach, that they can't take, that they're above criticism, and that's the fucking problem.
Yeah.
I haven't really fucking commented on it, and I know I talked to Aldo one-on-one about it, but when I made the fucking comment to Lawrence Holmes, I wasn't fucking trashing Lawrence Holmes the person. I said the show wasn't good.
Exactly.
And it's not.
Exactly.
I didn't say anything fucking wrong. And that's all these people that are getting mad at Logan Ryan tonight are thin-skinned fucking assholes. Sure, there's people out there. You think fucking Joe Buck knows everything that there is to know about fucking football? I never played a snap of football in my fucking life. Mm-hmm. And there's guys that are calling fucking games that I probably know more than football, know more about than they do. And so Logan's 100% right. But these fucking media members and these people that are calling the games are so fucking thin-skinned, like Lawrence Holmes, that can't fucking take 10 seconds to realize what I was saying. Fucking say, I gave you credit, Lawrence, in the fucking tweet chain. I said, I expect more of you because you're talented. I expect a better show because you're talented. Fucking said that, but nobody, Julie DeCaro, wouldn't even fucking talk about that. That's what I said. I was giving him props. But it's the same type of thing. Logan Ryan didn't say each and every Clarence Hill, you suck. This person sucks. He's not saying that. He's got a point. Now, I don't know how that would work with a fucking pass-fail class, but it's just you see a lot of it. I mean, this is a $1 billion industry, and you can have somebody out there. Joe Thomas was ripping Chris Collinsworth for not having the proper terminology on, what he called a double swim move, and Joe Thomas is like, what the fuck is that? What are you talking about?
They do that at the local Y. They're teaching Tate and Devin to swim.
Right.
The double.
There's going to be Chris Collinsworth defenders out there that see that, and that are going to fucking hate Joe Thomas now for the rest of their life because they think that he's, making fun of Chris Collins. Well, Chris, go get the fucking proper terminology. You're on fucking TV. You're part of fucking PFF.
Exactly.
It's not that.
He's
it's
the
not
PFF
that hard.
leader.
Yeah.
He's got the sweatshop.
He's the investor. But no, I mean, Aldo, you worked in the industry. You got to fucking know firsthand that there's a lot of thin-skinned fucking people out there.
Oh my gosh, I mean, it takes a lot of ego to get up on camera and do a lot of talking and so forth. And typically people who have a lot of ego are also very thin-skinned. It's almost part of the DNA. And so, these guys, they don't realize I'm in the business of critiquing others. So when I get criticized, you should just expect to take it or come back with something sensible as a reply as opposed to crying like a bitch. So, but that's just the way it is. Hey, I got an idea for how to close our show today before we go to shout-outs. This is not rehearsed. I did not forewarn you about what this is. I want us to do a little grab bag. I'm going to give each of you 3 guys that you could, if you could, give a Christmas present to. What would you give them? Okay, so let's roll a little music. These are some songs from about a year ago. We had a Christmas album out, and some of these songs may be familiar to some of you guys. I'll be playing these in the background as I hand out my grab bag names to you guys, and then you guys will hand out a gift. You don't really have to send the gift to. Oh, listen to this guy say. He's the fucking Tony Bennett of the Bears Bar Room.
You're making me feel guilty. I don't have my Christmas shopping done yet, though. That's the problem.
I know. I don't either.
All right, so I'm going to start with you, Shane. I want you, the name I'm picking out of the bag here is, what would you give Ryan Pace for Christmas?
A hooker?
Free hooks. A clean hooker.
I would suck Ryan.
Big old fucking hook.
What's there?
There's always bumps in the road when, and I think we've seen a lot of this with Chicago. This is the classic guy that learned on the job. It's kind of John Fox thrown into his lap. Every situation wasn't perfect, but we're starting to see the fruits of his labor. We're starting to see his blueprint, what his vision was. Mm-hmm. What a beautiful fucking Brent Mailey picture it is. You know what I mean? It really is. And I mean, this is Ryan Pace. Bears fans should sit back and take a fucking bow. You know, we still talk about 1985 and 2005 and 2006, and this fucking team has just as much fucking talent on both sides of the fucking ball. I mean, 2005, 2006 can't even really be in the discussion because of the offensive side of the ball. It's not even fucking remotely comparable.
Yep.
But, you know, take a fucking bow, you know, get up on the fucking stage and take a bow. And like I said, I'll send you over fucking Dominique, and she's going to take care of you, Ryan Pace. You got your 10-4 jacket, ho. She's going to take care of you. So, yeah, you get a free hooker. I took her for a test run, not a drip. So you're good to go, bro.
All right. All right, Phil, here's the name I'm picking out of the hat for you. It is head coach Matt Nagy. What are you getting the coach for Christmas?
Fundamental football for dummies. Go ahead. Situational football, I should say.
Situational football.
It's beginning to look like a fox's Christmas.
This guy, the music, great. What a call are you? Distracted. Funny. But Matt Nagy came in here and changed the culture.
Yeah.
So I would give this guy a 2-week all-inclusive paid vacation down in Mexico. He's earned it. I just think people are taking for granted what difficulty it would be to turn around that losing mentality that John Fox in the background brought. Everybody, the Bears suck. Well, the Bears suck. Who's Mitch? Well, look where we are. And look, the team is a reflection of the head coach. It's the 100% truth. And where I'm hard on Nagy is what Shane said, situation football. But the guy has the influence and the ability, as I've quoted Sam, my uncle, many a time, that 10% rule. All these athletes are tremendous. The head coach getting that 10% out of him. So let's give him a 20% raise, a trip to Cancun, and I needed to give this motherfucker a hug. I might just come to camp just to meet this guy and tell him thank you for believing and making this team believe. So.
Did you guys like his comment today when they asked him about if you're going to be a little bit leery on calling fake plays since the last couple blew up in your face? And he goes, am I going to be leery? He goes, no, absolutely not. That's never going to happen. I'm going to keep on calling them. And I didn't agree with the calls at the time, but I loved hearing them say that. Give a fuck what you think. You're not going to pressure me into making a call that you want. Mm-hmm. I'm going to, be you. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Excellent.
As one of our barflies pointed out to me, I said it a while ago, Phil, you run 3 trick plays every game. I go, this motherfucker remembered that. And I think it's the truth because you make other defensive coordinators have to think. Oh, they showed us this. Remember how predictable Dumb Doll, I know you have that song somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
He was so predictable. Run, pass. Run, pass. We run out of this formation. We pass out. This guy is anything but predictable. Expect the unpredictable. That's it. And that, to me, I'm with Shane. I hated the place. Well, I did. I go, what the fuck are you doing in Wildcat? On 3rd and 1, I was so pissed at Cohen for not just turning and diving up the field for that first to put him in there. You remember that, Aldo?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And they put you in there, and then just take the 240-pound back and fucking get the first. No, we're going to run Wildcat. And I'm like, don't keep this shit team involved in this game. But anyway, I think it's good, though, too, Shane, that he's like that. And I love the transparency and the honesty to the fucking fans. He gave the fans the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Did you take a picture with the ball, Phil?
No, I was too nervous getting in there. I gotta get to the seat. I gotta get to where I'm at. Yeah. Everybody's like, Steph's like, you want to go to the ball? I go, look at that. I don't want to be. I just get up to the gate.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm the same way. All right, Shane. I got another name I'm pulling out of the bag here for you. Oh, shit. How do you pronounce this? Lawrence Holmes. What are you giving Lawrence Holmes of NBC Sports Chicago and the Score Sports Radio? What are you getting him for Christmas?
You get him a fur coat, a little bit thicker skin on it, a little thicker pelt, maybe.
That's a very, very generous gift. A fur coat.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like that Peter. Joe Namath fur.
Yeah.
Joe Willie.
Like I said,
can we get Lawrence like that pimp hat?
Not to beat a dead horse, but like I said, Jesus, I was never. The show was bad. It is.
It is bad.
It was equally bad this past week.
Was it?
It really was. And it's it just reminds me of. I think Alex Brown is salvageable. I think Lawrence Holmes could be in the right, environment in there. But to me, Forte and Briggs are both horrific. They remind me of old men yelling at their lawn. Back in the 2000s, we did this.
I heard that Forte wouldn't give the team credit or something like that.
Yeah, he never likes to. They're supposed to. They go through. They have a telestrator there, and they're supposed to go through and pick a the best quarterback that in the game and stuff like that. Like last week in the rant, he wouldn't. They wouldn't pick a quarterback. Neither one of them deserved it, and they're just.
God. Are you serious?
It's bad. Then they talked about a rap album coming out for 10 minutes, and that's when I lost my shit. I'm like, holy shit! Coming off at the time, the Rams game was the biggest game for the Bears since 2013, and I'm like, here you guys are talking about a fucking rap album dropping, and then all hell broke loose for me on Twitter for the next 48 hours. But no, if I could get Lawrence, and I would love for him to come on because I would have
that's
no.
What
I'm not going to disrespect the guy, and we
need to get a plan together.
We've all done this enough here to know. Look at Grody. We held his feet to the fire, and I think he even admitted himself we had an effect on his approach to how he handles this stuff because we didn't feel like, or I especially didn't feel like he was doing his job. But Grody's been good. And if Lawrence would like to come on here and talk about it, it is what it is. But he was very demeaning and talking down to me in multiple occasions, saying, who can help you in this industry or it can hurt you. And I'm like, bro, I'm 42 years old and I'm settled and and I love what I do, but
I'm a mailman, motherfucker.
Don't talk to me like I'm an 18-year-old student, trying to garner your respect. I
work for the federal government, motherfucker.
So put your fucking fur jacket on that I got you, and I'll give you a little bit thicker pelt for criticism, Lawrence. So Merry fucking Christmas.
We need the Newman drop here, Aldo.
Which one is that?
You control the mail.
When you control
everything.
That's good. All right, I got a name here for you, Draft Dr. Phil. Aaron Rodgers. What are you getting Aaron Rodgers for Christmas?
A dildo.
Another one? He's got plenty.
Should I send him the Draft Dr. Phil pillow that Double A has made and sleeps with? Now, Double A has told me that he crunches that pillow between his thighs at night to go to sleep between his knees.
He uses it as a thigh master. Like fucking Suzanne Summers and Double A.
Double A's walk to the tailgate.
Can somebody please Photoshop Double A's head on Suzanne Summers' body with the thigh master for the promo for the show?
Double A was like, my thighs are parched.
Oh, yeah.
He was like so tired from the walk. Oh, that was funny. But
thighs are parched. I've never heard that fucking My thighs are parched. What the? Oh, he didn't really say that?
No. What is it? What is it when you get shaved? They're shaved.
Parched. Double A pouring water down his fucking inner thighs. What? You boys parched?
Hold on, I got a double A drop. Hold on. I gotta send these to Aldo. I just noticed drop box in the fucking box. In the drop box, you put a drop box. Trying to think of that one out. Where is it? Fuck.
When the cold bites, when the wind stings, opponents feeling sad. We simply remember our favorite things, and our room don't feel so bad.
Who's that singing with you there, Phil?
That's my daughter, Sunshine, singing with me. I forgot about that song. That's a Shane Marsaw suggested song.
It's beautiful. She's got a beautiful voice.
You ready for the double A drop?
I am ready.
This is going to go in the drop box. All of these, I promise. Does Dan count it?
Double A? Why the fuck are you the same damn size as Mary Lou Retton? Also, West Virginia, I think.
A Dan Aguirre double A drop. He is.
How many of those do you have that you record?
Oh my god!
I gave him. Shane wrote.
I gave him about 60 one night in fucking DMs. He was just,
oh my god!
He was ripping them off one after another. I'd write them for him, and he'd send them right out within probably 2-3 minutes per one. I think were you doing BHL at the time? Is that what it was?
Yeah, no, it was a Tuesday. I mean, a Wednesday or something. It was after. Here's Dan imitate.
He's healthy. You can't get better. You know what's whenever you listen to John Gruden doing these announcements, he was like, Khalil Mack, what an animal. And you know, he can never do it again. So beautiful. This game is dedicated to you. 7-3. Roy, ain't nobody 2 games close to us. It's a game and a half. That's 2 games, Hal. Right? Ain't nobody tying each other for the rest of the time. Bears are on a mission.
I can't breathe.
I told Phil when we were sitting there riffing, giving him drops to do. I'm like, dude, we have to have fucking Dan grab one of his cats, walk down the street with a jacket on, and reenact the Mike Prez video. It's gonna be fucking gold.
Oh my god, he took that to another level. That was
he sure did.
He like had the background sound effects. Oh my god.
You guys want to do a couple more gifts? Or
yes, I'm ready for the gifts. I like this. Right. You came up with this right now?
I came up with this about 30 minutes ago.
Oh, shit. He's a fucking smart dude.
Nothing could be gayer.
All right, I think it's Shane's turn, right?
It is.
Yeah, it is Shane's turn. All right, we're going to give you a name of a Chicago Bears player who just made the Pro Bowl. So I'm interested in seeing what you're going to get this guy. His name is Tom.
I thought I just went. Didn't I just go with Lawrence Holmes?
No, I went with the pillow to Aaron Rodgers.
Right. Oh, that's right. Jeez, I blanked out. Yeah.
Holy shit. Again, like Aldo.
I was my thighs are parched. Fucking parched thighs. Jesus Christ, it sounds like a bad meal.
Those Portuguese parched thighs.
All right, what are you getting Tariq Cohen for Christmas, Shane Marsaw?
I'm going to take that fucking grill out of his mouth and fucking sell it on eBay.
Yeah, what the hell was that? That was something he bought when he was in high school or college or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand. Nagy loves it, BU and all that. But I'm sitting there trying to listen to him in the fucking interview, and I'm like, dude, it sounds like you got a fucking whole thing of Big League Chew in your mouth when you're trying to talk. It's driving me crazy. I just wanted to. No, well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe a new grill that fits him a little bit better.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll buy him a hula skirt for the Pro Bowl.
Nice.
They don't do it in Hawaii anymore.
Oh yeah, they're going to Orlando. It's close enough.
Get him a ticket.
It's nice down there.
Get him one of those no wait tickets to. Well, you might have to buy him like some lifts so he can get on all the rides.
Actually, you know what I could get him? I could get him a ticket back from the Toronto Argonauts where Mike Brez had him a couple of years ago.
That's right.
Oh yeah, there was a guy named Mike Brez who didn't like that draft pick, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Never play in the league.
He's a 3rd and 22 gadget player.
All right, Phil, I got Josh Bellamy for you. Josh Bellamy.
Get him a Marlin jersey, Phil.
Get some Gucci sheets or something.
Gucci, man.
How much did the Bears brothers charge for a shout out? I can buy him one of those.
No, I don't know who the Bears brothers are. They're in litigation.
They closed shop. Are they in litigation?
The Chicago Audible.
They didn't call Verdoliak Law Group, I'll tell you that.
They should have. They would have.
They fucking should have. They would have got their name back, bitches.
Listen to this.
Hey, Al, real quick on that.
Sure.
Couldn't they have just changed their name to the Bears Brothers?
Exactly. Why not?
Because the Bears is copyrighted.
Correct.
So couldn't they have just been the? And like fucking pretty much
think of it,
just kept on.
You're giving them a great idea.
Oh, like THE, the?
Yeah, drop the duh and go with the.
Yes, they could have.
That sounds like a new song.
Now, they would have probably gotten another letter from the lawyer saying that's still too close to us, particularly given the fact that you guys have been using the Bears Brothers for the last few years. So it's sort of like, there was a place here in town called Wendy's, Windys, Wendy's Hamburgers. And Wendy's sent them a cease and desist letter. And they were like, this is the Windy City, Wendy's. And they were like, listen, motherfuckers, your place looks exactly like Wendy's. It's got the red sign.
Coming to America.
What was that place? McDowell. That's it. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, there was another place in town here called Donald Duke's, and it looked just like a McDonald's restaurant. So they probably would have had some issues with the lawyer, but they probably would have gotten away with the Bears Brothers if they would have called the Verdoliak Law Group.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Love those guys.
Those are the best. All right, I'm sorry. You were going to get a gift.
I got to give Josh Bellamy something.
Yes.
I think I would give him a new... What did he have, a Bentley?
Was that a Bentley? Yeah.
Gotta give him a new Bentley, and on the back of license plate. Well, I'm gonna buy him a license plate. I'm gonna take his gold-plated grill and make his back license plate say, "Got hands." So now all of a sudden he's catching shit, and he's playing the position. So let me shout him out again. I've been hard on this guy. I even said it in the tape never lies how hard I've been on. But now he's got hands, and I'll put like 2 hands on the back that he's done it. Hopefully we get him on the show. I would love to talk to him. Yeah. Tell him straight up, listen, I doubted you. Greg Braggs is working on this.
Oh, awesome.
Get Bezo on the show.
Let me tell you something. I thought you were going to get him like some isotoner gloves, to protect those hands. Now that he knows how to use them. It's pretty amazing, the turnaround. I mean, do you think that maybe he's putting some stickum in his hands now? Because that grab over the middle of the field, man, he stuck up his hands up high. He came down with that as pretty as Nick Stallworth has ever done.
I thought it was Allen Robinson. Yeah. I'm like, wait a second. That's Bellamy caught that. I stood up. I gave him an ovation.
When you're coming out of contract, that has a weird way of making you refocus on things.
Isn't that amazing, huh?
Let's see what he does. But, hey, I'll take it right now. We got to keep Aldo's promise. He's staking a claim to the Super Bowl.
Hey, let us take another name out. This one's for Shane. Oh, check this name out. Jason Lockenfora, Shane.
Lockenfora.
Just totally out of random.
Jason, you fickle little bitch. Is there any laser surgery to straighten his fucking eyes out? Can I get him like a fucking LASIK, like double LASIK or something that we can do for him?
I think you just kick him in the side of the head. It should fix it.
Yeah, something. Maybe, smack him in the back of the head with a baseball bat. See if you can straighten it. Didn't it? What happened to Clark's niece on fucking Christmas vacation? Ruby Sue. Remember she got kicked in the back of the head by a mule or something? Her eyes straightened out.
That's right. You gotta get him. You gotta get him the mule.
All right, so you're gonna get him some kind of medical or physical procedure to fix his eyes.
Yeah, you know how you get through life with having one eyeball stare at your shoelaces and the other at the light bulbs in your ceiling. I'm not sure how you can function, but yeah, Jason. We like to call out the frauds here on 100 Proof, and I'm pretty sure he may be the biggest one in sports. I don't know how.
That's why I thought you were going to get him a real source.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. See, you're smarter than I am.
He is the writer in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a good line right there.
Okay. All right. Phil, it's your turn.
Like a real source.
Dig into my little red Santa's hat here. Pull out a name. Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Ooh, make it a good one. Come on, this is our end of the year special album. Let's make it a good one.
Mike? How do you pronounce this? Mike Brez. Friend of the show.
Oh, I think I need to give Mike Brez a little foundation.
Foundation?
Yeah, like
a makeup foundation?
Not the makeup.
I was going to say.
But maybe the makeup. I just think he doesn't have a line. So he would need to have a class in finding out who he is. Who are you?
Identity.
You flip-flop. You don't know who you are. You're almost 40 years old. And, I just see behavior and attitude and swagger doesn't get it done. It's like who you are really speaks with your compassion. So the foundation of who you are, I would try to get him a therapist. How about that? I'm dead serious.
I like the way you worked your way there.
I was feeling it out. I mean, you just blindsided me with Brez.
Wow, it just came out of the hat. I got
Shane wants to buy him the 11-4 jacket.
Phil went from makeup to fucking psychotherapy in 35 seconds.
No, the makeup was not, but it played into it because he's always covering up himself for who he really is. Yeah. So look at this metaphor in there. Well, the foundation of who he is, he doesn't know. He's putting on makeup. Stop being a playboy, ho. Start being real, yo.
He knows football, though. I mean, there's a lot of opinions that he has that I disagree with, but he knows the game of football. Phil's just staring at me. Phil is like, we're talking about who?
At the top of the key, when he was talking about the left tackle being the top of the key, that's when, let me bring up this football player's fucking name again. That's where you need to fucking understand the terminology as well as the facts. And if you're talking top of the key, there's no such fucking thing in football. That's basketball. So, yeah, I think he knows what he's consumed on Madden, but that's it. He's never played or coached or done anything about reading into it. So that right there is that. That's like going on. What was that dude? Benoit? When he was saying the tight end thing. What was he saying?
Andy Benoit.
Andy Benoit.
Andy Benoit. You uncover yourself. That's why I just speak my truth. I know what I know. I don't know what Aldo knows about production and all that. So I'll never pretend to do it. I don't know fucking stats and historical facts. I know what I know, and I share it. That's it. I know football. I know that's what I know about, and I know about the Bears and music and that kind of stuff. Everything I am is who I am. That's it. So I don't try to portray to be something or attack people and bully them and then pretend you're a fucking hero to others. That kind of shit I don't do. And I've, just like everyone, grown up and got caught up in Twitter feuds, and you didn't realize what you were doing when you first started Twitter. But now, I mean, I just wouldn't do that. So grow up. Get that therapist's number over there, Aldo. That's my gift.
That's very, very generous. You know, trying to help somebody out. It's truly in the spirit of Christmas. You want to see people, improve, self-improvement, and a little help from a professional is usually.
I was hoping he would show up. I mean, we tagged where I was going to be, and we could talk it out. Trey was there. Could have had a little let's talk it out, and he could see like his comments about my size or whatever. Those things. They don't bother me. I don't care. I am what I am. Like Popeye.
All right. Last round, all right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's like 3,000 names in this Santa's hat, so who the hell could I possibly be bringing out here? Oh, Matt Balsley for Shane.
I'm going to get Matt some fucking courage to be a fucking grown-up when you have a fucking meeting of constituents and you're not going to fucking pee out of your little fucking pint-sized vagina that you have between your legs. You little cunt, you. So, yeah, Matt, open up your fucking bag of beef jerky and go fuck yourself with it.
Yeah, I was going to give him some beef jerky.
Yeah.
You're going to go with, like, the teriyaki beef jerky.
And I'm also going to get him some fucking makeup, too.
Get him some foundation.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
You know who he is? He's sitting there waiting for somebody to say some shit about Aldo or Bears Barroom. He's that little fucking karate kid. He always go back.
He was like,
put him in a body bag, Jack. He's always behind everybody, like talking shit.
He was liking every Lawrence Holmes tweet to me and fucking Herb. And then he sends out a fucking tweet that says, "You never know who will, or you never know when you're gonna ruin your own career doing something that you want to do." And I'm like, yeah, thanks, Matt. Go fucking tweet about baseball cards. Fucking 40-year-old dumbass.
Oh, Matt's a good guy. I like Matt.
Yeah, he probably is. There's lots of good people. OJ was a good kid too at some point.
Matt should come on the show.
Yeah.
Let's bury the hatchet.
Let's bring him back.
Balsley. It would be fun to have Matt and Mike Brez on, don't you think? It would be like a really nice way to start 2019 if they came on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would invite anybody on the show you want. And I can hear some people, no, don't give anybody attention. But I'm all about positivity. I mean, if you're going to come on and be a dick, your true colors will show. I think people will understand. But if you're going to come on and we're going to talk it out, You can have fucking Trey on, Matt Balsley. But I think they have their individual shows.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
you don't bring them on at the same time because Matt Balsley will just, yeah, that's right.
Matt has a show?
No.
Oh.
No, he means each individual would be two separate shows and we have them on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you don't want them both on at the same time because Balsley's that little bitch.
Balsley would really move the fucking download meter, wouldn't he? Oh my god. The fucking hot attraction that would be.
Don't they have a podcast though? Brez,
yeah, I think they do. They
yeah.
I forgot what it's called. Bear Claw, something like that. Bear Claw, right?
Bear Brawl, I think. The Bear Brawl.
Oh, they got duh in theirs too. Like duh.
All right, last one goes to Draft Dr. Phil. Let's end up on a positive note here.
Oh yeah.
Phil, a gift to all of your Barfly followers, what would you get them for Christmas?
Holy fuck, here goes an hour.
It goes individually.
I can't pay for all those hookers, Shane.
I'm giving away
So Phil would start alphabetically. Okay, so Aaron, I would get him. Bobby, I would get
I'm getting them a Super Bowl championship. That's what I'm getting.
Yes.
I'm bringing the fucking new age swagger back. I'm tired of the 85 talk all the time. So we said a culture has been changed. People are, well, wait. They just beat the Packers aren't good. No, you don't get the big picture. You don't understand football. You don't understand the mental aspect, the hurdle, and how many times we've lost in these situations only to be left, what if? Well, what if Kyle Fuller had caught that? What if this person had been healthy? What if Julius Peppers had just stayed and played outside contain? Always, what if? Well, on Sunday, they left no ifs, ands, or buts out there. And that is why I feel like where they're going and where they're heading would be a gift to all of our followers because of the positivity that I bring to this show, to Aldo's life, to Shane's life, with all my music. And they love it. So that was their Super Bowl songs. We're going to get a new Super Bowl shuffle in the Bears bar if that happens.
I gave way better gifts, man.
I think the Super Bowl is the best gift money could buy.
Yeah, that is a damn good gift. But I like the hookers better.
What would the parade look like in downtown Chicago?
Oh my god!
2018 Bears Super Bowl I would have to go.
Hell yeah! I hope they do better than the '85 parade. They've really fucked that up. The city did a terrible job.
Did they?
Yeah, listen to this song, man. This is beautiful.
They play their games. They used to be called the Midway Monsters. Now they call them a joke again.
That was last
Chicago Bears. 3 years has been too long.
Goodbye, John Fox.
This coaching staff is always lost. Decisions always wrong. Oh, football town of Chicago, your coach and field are a mess. Lay down the brand new field turf, slip counts, prevent success. Oh, Chicago Bears.
Well, that's one thing that you can't complain about this year.
Yeah, they did a great job, Aldo.
Man, it has been nice. I'm so proud of the Chicago Park District, the Chicago Bears organization for putting a professional football field out there for professional football. Imagine that.
Oh, my God. The field looks so beautiful.
It's definitely cut shorter. I think that's the big difference right there.
Yeah. I think they've brought in some turf specialists, too, because that field is holding together really well. You don't see the difference like
sharp.
you used to. Really nice. All right, guys, it's time for some shout-outs.
Shout them out, shout them out, shout them out.
Shane, you want to start us out?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay right in the Marsaw household, and I'm gonna shout out my son Riley. He's got actually, he doesn't know about this. I had to take the day off work tomorrow because we got made aware that Riley is the student of the month out of 338 kids in his class there tomorrow.
Nice.
So they're having a little gala for him tomorrow morning at 8:30 at his school. He doesn't know that it's even happening, so we're gonna show up there and everybody's gonna surprise him and go from there. But yeah, pretty impressed with my little guy, balling out like that and making Daddy proud. So yeah, we're gonna be there tomorrow morning, and maybe I'll take my Bears barroom hat and have him wear that up on the stage.
There you go.
How old is Riley now?
He is 7.
7, huh? Can't start him off young enough. Tell him to spot out the hottest looking chick in that 7-year-old class and just give her a wink and say, I'm going to get you someday.
Yeah, he's got that Marsaw magic, so there's going to be a lot of those around.
Excellent. You got
Marsaw magic.
You got anybody else you want to shout out?
No, I'm gonna. Hey, this is pretty much next time we get together here. I know we'll wrap up our end of year stuff, but I just want to shout out you guys and everybody here, Bears Barroom and the Barflies and everybody. I tweeted it out as soon as the game ended. It's not just the Bears players and the organization that got the win. We got the win too. We deserve this just as much as they do. We've been there longer than all these players, all these coaches, a lot of the front office. Mrs. McCaskey, and she's been there longer. That's about it. But we've been there for a lot of it, and we deserve this ride that we're on. And but we're not done yet. And this has the markings of a special season, and if this ends the way that we all want it to end, oof. I mean, we may really burn fucking Hallis Hall down like Phil's song said, because it's going to be one hell of a party.
You ain't kidding. All right, Phil, who do you have?
Well, first at the top, I want to shout out birthday boy Joe Mantle, a BHL moderator. Today's his 30th birthday.
What a year. The 29th year of his life was. Joe getting engaged. Joe becoming moderator at Bears Are Alive. Joe getting his fantasy football goon show on the Bears radio network. Joe just doing all sorts of wonderful things. That was truly, the 29th year of his life was truly momentous, and now he's headed into his 30th year, bigger and better things. He's going to get married. His
fucking fireworks were his fucking Yeti blowing up live on air.
That's so true.
You should have seen his face. He's all red and nervous, and he called me right after the show. Listen, I'm so sorry. I'm like, Joe, what could you do? You don't have to apologize. We handled it. I go, Aldo came in like fucking, what's his name? David Hasselhoff in the fucking lifeguard.
I was going to say Superman Aldo, but he had to give you the Hoff.
Aldo totally loved that fucking, what was that show? Beach?
Baywatch. I never watched
Baywatch.
Never saw it.
Really?
No, I had the hots for Pamela Anderson, but I never saw that show. Pamela Anderson, in my mind, is one of the most beautiful women when she was at her peak. Not the hepatitis, whatever the fuck she's got now. She's just a gorgeous woman. But I never saw Baywatch. No, not for me. Anyway, go ahead with the shout-outs.
I want to echo what Shane said. I think I shout out all Bears fans. You know, I was there. Aldo said the Rams game was louder. I wasn't there to witness that, but it was loud on television, I'll tell you that. But it was just so incredible to see all the towels waving and the loud roar of the crowd when Mitch threw the touchdown or scrambled, and the sacks and just explode. It was just amazing. It's a different feel. Like my song, it's weird that Aldo did this out of nowhere, and the song of desperation. Oh football town of Chicago, your coach and field are a mess. It was. And to be here now, and all these fans, you know, the diehards, you do deserve that. You do. And that's why I do the shout-outs in this show. Barfly diehards that love the show. I want to shout you out. Pablo Jax. Got to shout him out for just giving me the experience to do that. Now, just knowing him as a brother, just amazing person. Ash O'Smashley Bear. Loving Bears Barroom. Props. Heidi, my cousin. Just loving the Bears the way you do, and to see it and witness it. Just awesome stuff.
Heidi and I are Facebook friends now.
Look at that.
She felt guilty about fucking murdering my ass. She sent me a Facebook friend request.
Sandy Tom from across the pond, Super Barfly. Sandy Tom. These guys live for this team, and to see that and witness it and love it the way they do, obviously. John Bradley, also from across the pond. Just shout you out, brother. Greg Braggs Jr. What a guy. Just like like Uncle Mike North loves Little Nicky. I love Greg Braggs. James Allen from across the pond. Matt Lee. Joe Muscone. I want to shout out Ryan Cox, the professor. Brian Bukowski. Jeff, GSH Jeff on Twitter. I want to shout Jim Larison out. I want to shout Dan Aguirre, who struggled with nerves. Probably was on the toilet all day Sunday waiting for them to lose. But they won for you, Dan. Tony T. Sips 31. Tommy Bruno from the Mott's. My boy Isaiah Robles from Bears Turf. Ryan KB 34. Chris Sandlin. I got to shout out Heather and Chris Sandlin for everything they do for Bears Barroom. They're ambassadors and beyond. Just amazing people. CB fan. CB Holden, Ryan Heckman. I want to shout out Mike Halatek, the Tick Splits, for everything you do. And we got a special promo from Mike Halatek. Aldo, do you want to catch people up on that promo?
Yeah, just want to remind people that if you want a promo code that will give you $50 off your next ticket purchase, all you got to do is this. But you got to do it quickly because there's only so many promo codes Michael can hand out. So there's a limited amount of these tickets available. So send an email to marketing@TixBlitz, TixBlitz, marketing@TixBlitz.com. Put on the subject line Bears Barroom, and if you get there early enough, he will send you a promo code, $50 off on your next ticket purchase. And with playoff tickets, I think he listed that he had a good playoff seat for about $450, maybe $500. So you take $50 off that's a hell of a savings. So get on it.
Get over there, get on it. Good dude. Good cause, and why he started the company.
Guy knows his football too, huh? He knows his football, really.
He does. E.J. Jones, Down south, shouting you out. AC loves the Bears. Justin Leteau, who came out to the tailgate.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my boy? Antonio Contreras. What a guy. Probably one of the most loving bear hugs you'll ever get in your life. Just love that guy. Great dude. Teddy, Haitian kid. Bear Georgie. Love George is back, Shane. George is back. I got to shout out Brett K. Maley. What an article. Tremendous job.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Over there to Bears Barroom. Check out how he used It's a Wonderful Life infused it into his article. I'm a big fan of Brett, and shout you out, Brett. The Tooch. John Santucci, want to shout you out, brother, for everything you said and all the kindness that you've given me. Vigi Valenti, Russ Higgins, B. Diddy, Double A, Dead Air Jer. Is Dead Air Jer?
Christmas, y'all. I actually fucked Pam Anderson.
It left a big hole in that poster, huh?
Yeah, I shoved her shit in.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. A couple more shout-outs, because I don't want to miss anybody in the final year.
The final year? What are the fucking bombs are
final show of the year.
This is not the final show.
It's not the final show, so.
Why? We got another one in December?
Yeah, next week.
What date is that next week? I thought it was New Year. Oh, I'm fucked.
You want to save the other half of that 500 people?
Shy Bears plus Chris Owens from across the
There's
pond.
actually room on Brez's couch, Phil, if you want to lay down.
All the Barfly community. Bearlissimo. I want to shout him out. And Aaron Current from Kentucky. Ill Will on Twitter, 79. Ill Will. One more. Where is he? Tommy Wagner and Matt Karstensen. What's that?
Karstensen.
Yeah, Karstensen. Matt Cars Keys. There you go. Those are my shout outs for 2 weeks away from
the pre-Christmas show shout outs. There you go.
This is our pre-end of the year.
There you go.
Pre-show.
We didn't have enough time to write a new Christmas song. Me and Joe Mandel were working on it.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll put them on the spot, Phil. I got an idea.
Go ahead.
We'll get a song real quick, and we're gonna have the Super Barflies sing it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I like that.
Yep, and Dan Aguirre's probably having a fucking heart attack right now when he listens to that.
Shane, I don't sing, Shane. How many times must I?
I don't want people to think that I like Christmas.
That'd be a hell of a song. You got the 3 baritones there with those guys.
Yeah, Sandlin can fucking eat blueberries while he's singing. And
next week we're gonna have a new Super Barfly, Aldo.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
Who is it?
The last one. Who is it? Look at this.
Who is it? I can trick you.
It's like the M. Night Shyamalan, reader. He doesn't want to read the twists. He wants to know now, Mr. Spoiler.
I always start at the end of the book first and then work my way back.
Yeah.
All right, I got a few shout-outs, and Phil covered most of them, but I do want to give a shout-out to Heather Sandland, who saved my wife's toes by giving her some of those heat pad things.
Those heat pads.
Came to the rescue. My wife was cold and freezing. She had to take a shit through half the game and stuff. It was. She had a great time at the game, but it was all made better by Heather's generosity. Thank you very much. I also wanted to shout out Justin and Georgie. These are 2 guys that I've had political debates with, arguments with on Twitter, and it just proves that stuff is just talk. It's debates. It's American. And then what brings us together is sports. When you have a love for the same team, you don't care about whether you like or hate Trump. You are talking about Bears, and spending time with those guys at the tailgate party was so much fun. Justin is such a cool guy. He was there with his wife, and Georgie was there. He was grilling up food and stuff. Great guys. I'd love to sit down and watch a football game with them and buy them beer after beer after beer and get them all fucked up. And then tell them that Trump sucks. No, I'm just. I also want to give a shout out to, and I'm not going to name any names here, but I want to give a shout out to all of the barflies out there who have had some issues this year, some setbacks, whether it's health or employment or natural disasters or whatever. You are in our prayers every night. Shane, Phil, and I are constantly thinking about you guys, worrying about you guys, and are just praying and wishing for the very best. All of us have challenges, but some of you have had challenges that go way beyond what anybody is due, and so our hearts are out with you, and so are our prayers. So good luck to all of those barflies. And then finally, just a shout out to all of the assholes that we make fun of on the show. There is a very good chance that one of us, two of us, or all three of us don't like you, but we fuck with you because, hey, that's the show. That's what we do here. We love busting balls. We're having pretend beer and real insults, and that's what we're always going to continue to do on Bears 100 Proof. It's our hump day. Yeah, what? It's still hump day if it's Thursday, right, when we're recording? But typically...
Thursday is usually sex night.
Oh, look at you. That's why you're anxious to leave right now. But to all the people who have been the butt of our jokes, for the most part, it's no hard feelings. There are a few of you guys that we do mean it when we say fuck you. But for the most part...
Ballsly.
But for the most part, we're just having some good-natured fun. All right, remember, if you drink, please do not drive, and always bear down!
Happy 2019. Oh, shit. Wait, I was looking at the wrong calendar.
This is my favorite song in that Christmas album. You know that, right?
Shane's favorite song.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
It is.
The barflies will cry that one day has come. Faces foxes the guy. Hell, this all is gonna fall down. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hell, this all is gonna fall down.
Don't ruin it by singing.
We'll tear that fucker down. Always gonna fall down, oh yeah. Hell is always gonna fall down, oh yeah. Hell is always gonna fall down. Bears barroom will tear that fucker down. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Merry Christmas from the boys at the Bears Barroom Radio Network.
Wow.
That just is fucking magic, man.
That shit was so much fun to produce that one too. I've forgotten about all the parts I had to harmonize.
Let me tell you, Phil, the more and more I know you as the time passes on and so forth, I'm getting a better understanding of who you are as a man, as creative spirit and so forth. That period of last year, between mid-November and early November maybe to early December, you were on such a fucking creative roll. And it was great to see because we were suffering through one of the fucking most horrendous football seasons in Chicago Bears history. And what you were doing is that you were exercising the spirits, the holiday gremlins or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You were exercising them and all Bears fans with these songs. And that was really a fucking brilliant job that you did. Those CDs are someday going to be considered fucking priceless art, pieces of art. You know, there'll be one in the Smithsonian for sure, because that shit was just gold, man. Really, really nicely done.
I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun, and you're right. It got me in a zone, a creative spirit. I was writing fucking songs all day, coming up with parodies.
I'm at work, and he's like, "Bro, I need some words here."
Just trying to get through it. Yeah. Everybody had a part. Everybody that was close to me had a part in some song coming, you know, with a lyric or an idea. Hey, here's a song you should do. And then it was funny because one of the barflies was like, dude, the Christmas, I think it was Tooch. It might have been Tooch. I can't remember. Somebody, dude, the Christmas album, that shit's gonna be gold someday. It's just so funny when you listen to it back. I found it and I started listening to it, and it's like, oh my God, how far have we come from that? And it's like, I haven't listened to it till tonight.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, you have got to be prepared, because if the Bears are going to the Super Bowl, and there's a chance that this could happen, we have got to get our creative mojo going and come up with a 10-song CD, Super Bowl, Bears Ballroom, Super Bowl Shuffle CD. So
gotta do it.
I'm going to start coming up with ideas. I know Shane is going to come up with some ideas, and you, of course, we're going to come up with a lot of ideas, and we're going to put your ass to fucking work. So be ready.
I'm writing the song "Can't Hold Mac" now.
Oh, I love it.
That's coming with the hashtag. But could you do me a favor to end the show, like when it goes out?
Sure.
Because we're cool. I don't know if Shane's wanting to go, but so last week, only listening back because I'm like fucking Brett Mailey doing art with my music. I know I sent 2 versions of Bears 100 Proofs song inspired by Imagine Dragons that Greg thought it was very nice. So I was going to get that drop tonight. I was waiting for it all night. Every time I heard everybody who was a Bears Barroom person said that line this past weekend. It was very nice. It was everywhere I went. It was the running theme. Poor Greg's like, all right. And then he just started doing it himself. It was great. But in the Dropbox, it's Bears 100 Proof Green Bay song.
Okay.
The real version. That's where you hear me talk, and then at the end, Tate and Devin say their truths on it.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
This was like my song, like a Bobby Bombs, and he wrote the bulk of it. I just cleaned it up and did it. So, but it really, I challenged Bobby as a super barfly himself. If he wasn't the host of the Barfly Tailgate show, that's what he would be. I go, what does 100 proof mean? But use this song. This is a true story now. I heard this song at the gym. I'm like, this fucking song is an anthem for Bears Barroom. Bobby, write the song. He does. And this is what came of it.
Here it comes.
When the truth is told and the haters fall, and the truth you hear is all laced in gold, 100 proof is there and we're glad you're here. Every single time the old man says cheers, we'll never hide the truth. We grow 'cause of you, but with our bar flies supporting Barroom, we lights comes on, a super bar fly brawl. Some throw their shade, ignorance does fade. Perception not true when frauds get made. We won't let you down, loyalty is bound. This is all for you. We always swing with truth, with every single retweet. Your loyalty we see. This is what you've done. The barroom's number one. With Shane and Phil and Aldo too. They do this for you, you and you and you too. Every time they go, nowhere to hide. Lay it on the line, always bring a surprise. They make you laugh, they make you cry. Always talking bears, that's Barroom 365. Always tell the truth, why they got no lies. This is all they do, that's for the loyal barfly. Bears Barroom, the place you come to laugh, to hear your voice, to give back, to make it real. You want the truth?
It is the Bears 100 crew, when they always speak the truth.